Guys, it is CONCACAF tournament time. It doesn't matter what age group, it's a tournament. Literally, women's U17 happening, men's U17 happening, men's under 20 will be happening, U15s somewhere in there. The U12s don't exist yet, but I'm sure they want a tournament right now as well. But we're here to talk about it. We're going to watch this Canada versus Cayman Islands game. It is on the CONCACAF YouTube's channel. So if you're looking for it, that's where it is. But we're going to talk about what we've seen so far. Because, again, in this U17 for the men's, if you top your group, you're going. No second place, no points percentage, no bribe in third place playoffs. Top your group, you're taking the route. And that's what it is. We have JD from the We Max It enjoying some good football. He's been watching football all the time. You know that. But we're here to talk about everything we've seen here so far. But JD, how are you doing? I feel I haven't. No, we did. Happy New Year again, still. But Happy New Year again, I guess. I feel like
I think we met
I
before New Year. We met before New Year, but maybe I never came on. But
yeah.
I was watching football. That's what you said.
Hmm.
I was watching football. Watched a good amount of the U17 girls,
Yep.
and also I watched almost every one of the U17 boys so far.
Yep.
And I'm impressed with certain teams, and I am. It's a first game, so
Yeah.
like Jamaica versus Aruba. I want to see them, and maybe I have to wait to the third game before I can truly judge what Jamaica could do, because it's the first game. And as normal, the bigger teams, I was more impressed with Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico
Mm.
did play British Virgin Island, I think, and it was
Yep.
12-0. That was
Yep.
a very good game. Their conversion rate was a lot better, but the big teams came through. United States looked rusty. They missed around 20 chances, but they still scored 8.
Hmm.
Mexico missed 28 to 30 chances, big chances, but they still
Yeah.
scored 10. Costa Rica, I would say they missed around 15 big chances, but they still scored 9. So I think you're still seeing the separation. And now I can say that maybe they should keep the tournament put these teams only in the championship, because I don't want to see United States playing with any weaker team than these teams, and Mexico the same, because we're going to start seeing 30-0, 35, and almost 40.
See, that's interesting because I was watching some Mexico coverage of this, and some of them were just like one of the comments translated to like, "There's no point in us playing in this. We need better teams to prepare for the World Cup." And my response is like, "This is your
We
region,
got
guys."
Yes, but Africans, we have to say the truth. The teams, I in Mexico game was, listen to what I said. They had 10 goals,
Yeah.
and 10 goals, and they missed almost 20 plus big chances. You only have 90 minutes in a game, Africans. What the other team did, that means every minute and a half, this team is on the attack in your goal.
Yeah.
That cannot be helpful. That sounds like Nigeria girls that wins every game 55-0, and when they come to the World Cup,
Hey,
they can't touch the ball.
hey, respect Mozambique. Respect Mozambique. Okay. But no, and I think this has been. I think if I'm going to criticize Concacaf, every tournament has a different qualification method. Which, hey, I get it. They don't have sizes. This is going to be top 8 and 8 groups because 8 teams are going to the World Cup. There's no need to prolong it anymore. I get that. But then for the women's U17, it's now we're going to go from 12 teams. We're going to go to 3 groups of 4, and then the best second place team is going to go through. For the U20s, we're going to go qualification round as well, then championship round on the men's side. And then if you finished top 4, you're going to the Olympics. You finish top 2, you're going to the World Cup or whatever the number is are. It's consistency, guys. Consistency is,
So
is
the
all I'm
question is,
asking.
people, the question, guys, should we just take United States, Mexico, and Canada out of this thing and just left Puerto Rico, no, Costa Rica, and Panama?
No, because even if you look, think of those 3 teams you just said. When they go to those 3 teams, when they went to the U17 World Cup, Canada goes, collects, and then leaves. They just won their first game. Yes, I know I'm dicking my Canadian stuff, but Canada won their first game in the last one. right? You then sub over the United States. They're eliminated in the first round. Mexico, they go on in penalties and then move on. I don't think just because you dominate one region, cool. That means you have to be preparing come for the teams you will face because there's so much variance there. I don't think it should be eliminated because it's not as if the US and Mexico are winning this and then going to the World Cups and consistently being, hey guys, so see y'all in the semifinals and I'll catch you later. No, that's not happening. The more teams you add, the more variance you're adding, and because of that, I don't think it hurts them because it hasn't been helping them more recently. The problem
Okay.
is the difference in this level. I think you clearly have US, Mexico. That's one tier. And then you have Canada has been semi consistent there. But then you have the Hondurases, like, even though Honduras fell the other day, I thought they could have got something. But like, you I think it you need to go through this. I would just question whether this qualification process is the best to equip teams to go through. But then again, this is also a new tournament as all. But I'll pass it on to you there.
Okay, well, it's fair. That's why I asked. I had asked the question to say, should we necessarily keep them because they did push it back to the final sets of rounds,
Hmm.
but even the final sets of teams really don't give them so much competition. I think it's only at U15. I kind of saw that the gap got close. But once it's U17s and above, yes, last season you could say that Panama, Cuba came with some good teams and really pushed them. But at no
Hmm.
point it looked like the other teams were going to beat them. And I think it's not helping them as well. So when they have to adapt, they have to adapt only in the World Cups. And that only cost them, to be honest. That's all I'm
Yeah.
seeing. And I saw the same for Nigeria, and I said the same for Nigeria. So maybe what they need to start doing, try to bring some tournaments between the top teams in Africa, like right before, or give them the opportunity
Mm.
to play each other one or two times so they can learn more things. Because I don't think they are learning so much from these games. I think maybe Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, and the possible Panama are the only ones can truly give them any trouble. Any one of the top three teams, trouble.
Mhm. True. At the same time, the other thing I'll bring up here is because they're going yearly, we aren't really seeing a team that's put together. Now, ironically, as I say this, as I turned on to watch Jamaica Aruba today, I saw the Mexican Federation had Mexico versus I forget who U16 team playing, and my response is,
Oh,
well, I mean, they're doing something. They're keeping the group together. They're playing games. They're seeing players, and I think that's the reality with this new format where it's every year. You're seeing more teams kind of moving towards the thought process of, hey, let's take an age group, maybe a few exceptionals, but right now you're seeing a lot of 2009s, right? They're all jumping on here, and then you're seeing that version, and then next year is going to be primarily 2010s, and then maybe a couple of 11s if they're there, and then the next year will be primarily 2011s versus in years back where you had just your best under 17 team. If they were all 16, cool. If they were primarily 15 and they were saying we're going to keep them for another run, cool. But right now, it's forcing you to focus a little bit more on a specific group, and I think the variance because of that
okay, so
will
that's
be a
okay.
little bit
Okay,
more inconsistent. Will be a little bit more than just say
okay, fair enough.
consistently, because if this was like every 2 years like it would be, I'd be saying, okay, cool. So Mexico, yeah, y'all punch your tickets. USA, go ahead, punch your tickets, go. And even though it looks like both teams are on their way based off the groups, I think the other sides, the more teams you add, the gap between them isn't as large, isn't as defined. And I think that gives those teams a few more opportunities to push through. But that's what we'll talk about. We'll go through this
Okay,
and we'll kind of go through
fair.
it as we go.
No, I like the point that you brought. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
that's fair. That's fair. I hope it helps them, but I know it ain't going to. But let's see. Let's see.
Well, I think you hope it helps them because you hope that eventually that people see this and say, hey, okay, let's actually plan accordingly. Let's not wait for tournaments. I mean, look, I mean, Canada has gone from a place where we were just like, oh, we're having a camp in in November because the tournament's in January, and that's it. And this year they just said, okay, cool. European camp U16s, come on down. North American camp U16s, come on down. And we did the same thing for U18s, both sides. And I think if it gets them to actually start to plan more, you see more players, they're going out having those camps, both domestically and internationally. If you plan for it, I think it opens it up well. But yes, we got a lot of people in the chat. Let's say hello to everyone. Hello, everyone. Chris Smith, pleasure to have you here. Mr. Gooner, Sir Jason Gooner, how are you doing? Good to see you as well. Blessing you as well. JD, I saw you already. It's good to see you as well. Um, Mo, here, Mo, this is a friendly stream. Okay, we're talking Canada and Cayman Islands and U17s. We'll leave the Dutch talk for later. Um, we got me, Chris Corneef. Good to see you as well. And then Mo saying it, true. That's why US is going for more age groups versus grade groups to help separate the early bloomers versus late bloomers. That can help. I would say the other thing that you need too, again, is hey, have more camps. Nothing will kill you to have a camp. So if you're going to separate like this, as Mo puts it out here, that's not a terrible way to go through it. I like that notion versus age groups versus that. Now develop and see kind of where they go. And I think I like that for what we could see here in these next 4 years of this sequence. Again, a reminder for those of you who aren't familiar, FIFA has changed their U17 to every 5 years, starting last year all the way till 2030 for the men's and women's sides. Both are in static locations. So the women's are going to be in Morocco for the next 3 years, and then the men's are going to be in Qatar for the next 4 years as well, including this year. And so for this, if you top your group on the men's side, you are going in. If you top your group, you have the route. That is how it is going. So, because
So
of
chip
that,
right into that. Chip right
mhm,
into that. What
yep.
you saw from the Jamaican team today. Can you bring up the Jamaican stats so we can look at it? Jamaica won 3-0 over Aruba.
Mhm,
I did went and did some check on the Aruba team. Saw that they brought in players from the Dutch region because obviously
mhm,
they are kind of that way. They play beautiful football. Tried to pass it out from the back. I thought that they gave Jamaica too much trouble in the defensive and the midfield third.
mhm,
So it led me to, I think it's a typical Jamaica team which lacks control of the individual plays, and
mm,
individuals want to do so much. Number 7, I I don't think he's a team player. I think he needs to should just leave football and try to do dancing or something, you know, because I need players. We need people. This is what is stopping Jamaica to itch up with Panama and those teams. You have some players like they are big stars in Jamaica because I was reasoning with a guy and he told me that yes, people told him that he's the big baller, he's the name big baller, and you could see by the way he plays, he's fanning off people, not trying to link the play. He's tired from 30 minutes in the game and he's not coming off the field, you know.
mm,
So, but aside from that, I still like a few players. I like some of the last ditch tackles from the defenders. I actually
yeah.
like that. The keeper made a world class save. To be
Yes, he did.
honest, Jamaica was 1-0 up, and Jamaica could have been 2-1 down with that world class save and the
Mhm.
next one that
And
went
then the
over the
chip,
bar.
yeah.
So they could have been 2-1 down, and then a ridiculous goal that Jamaica scored to make it 2-0. So to be honest, this game is very, very I was surprised that Aruba was this good or Jamaica was this bad. I don't know how to rate it. So, people,
Mhm,
if you're watching the game, is it Aruba this good? As in to how they played the ball out and how Jamaica couldn't separate the spacing from them, and they just, I don't know what I was watching. I said to Africans, maybe I have to watch all 3 Jamaican games
mhm,
before I can assess it properly, because I don't know if it's the Aruba team. So what I'm
mhm,
going to do for my people from Jamaica, I'm going to wait until I see Aruba versus Canada. When I see them versus Canada, then I want to see if that's how they can organize their shape and all of those stuffs, because they look too comfortable against Jamaica 100%. And the scoreline kind of flatter Jamaica because it could have been easy well 2-1 to Aruba. You understand me?
mhm,
So it's a first game, so don't beat the team. They won it 3-0, which is a
mhm,
good start. It's a good start, but I need to see more control. I need to see more control of the football and dictating the pace. That's what
mhm.
I want to see.
I think watching the game, like I don't think like Jamaica were set up to be dominant in this game, right? And I think the thing that I took away from them in this game was the goals were there if they simply took it. At this level, I'd say sometimes the simple thing is the thing that gets it done, right? And you mentioned, and I'm not trying to bag on a player that I am not from that country, but when you look at Jamon Lyle, right, he's on the left hand side. And the overlap is there every time to the point where
Thank
Aruba
you.
are
The
like, no,
overlap
no,
was
no, no,
there.
right? And then the point where like Aruba was just like, we know you're gonna go inside, so we're just gonna play you inside. And then
Pass the damn ball.
when
Sorry,
he finally
Africans, I'm tired of
no,
it.
it's all good. When he finally
I'm
lays it
tired of
off,
the
it's like
Jamaican superstar them that nobody knows more than people in Jamaica. Pass the
I
ball. Take him off the field.
I won't go that far, but I will say like that when he finally laid it off, he laid it off near right like the sequences leading up to the first goal that they score. He finally lays it off, and then they put the ball on the ground. It's there, and then they finally get the cross in, and you're like,
And the
okay,
keeper saved that one. But it was a
yeah.
brilliant work. It was a
Mhm.
brilliant work. Look how we can remember when he actually passed the ball. You know, bad that is for a
But
team that we said should be dominant.
and that's where I'm looking at the side. I'm saying because initially when I looked at the lineup, right, and you can see the lineup here. My first thought was, okay, Kelvin Brown, I see you. Do you know what I thought? I thought 2006 Czech Republic side with
Mm-hmm.
Jean Holla, right? With when they had this 6'8" striker, and they just said cross, 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 and the man just stood there and said goal, goal. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
if he's 6'2", just do that then, cross it in that way. But
He's not
then
so good here, really, and that's what I realize.
still, and again, he's young, he'll figure it out. But I think at this level, sometimes the simple play opens up so much
Yeah, but
versus
Africans, I
trying to do
just
too
told you.
much.
That's why I said the problem with Jamaica is the lacking ability to control the ball. Leave
Mhm,
anxiety football alone. So you look at Aruba. If Jamaica played like Aruba, they give Aruba 13. You know why? Because they can control the ball, stop, make the next pass. Don't
mhm,
rush. But what Jamaica does, they get the ball, and that same player moving, he's trying to pass the ball in Africans, and he's
right,
moving to the next man that he's trying to pass the ball with. So the
mhm,
space close off. So the simple football, as what you said, the simple football,
mhm,
they make it too difficult. And when you meet a team like Canada, they shut those things off easier than Aruba. You understand me? And then they have the forwards to finish those close off because Aruba
mhm,
was winning them. But they won the game. So we have to say congratulations, the Reggae Boys. But they made it extremely difficult and was extremely lucky to come off even with the victory based on how the pattern of play went on.
mhm.
I don't think I was believing that Aruba would have cost them any sort of trouble to this level. You know, like the comfort of passing from back to front and all those stuff. That's my problem.
Yeah, and I think if there's one thing I want them to improve, and I'll take Jason's comment real quick here. I think it was us being bad and them being better than I thought. If Aruba had a strong enough forward, they could have caused us serious problems. I agree. I think for the amount of possession, one thing whenever I look at games which are high in possession, the first thing I look at are set pieces. So I look at corners and I look at free kicks. And if I'm
Mhm,
looking at the goals, and like you've heard me when I talk about Canada games, they'll win a game 12-0, and I'll say, but on corner pieces, they only got one goal. You need more from that. You need to
mhm.
convert better in those areas. And for the amount of possession that they were creating, that's not the one thing. They couldn't pass well, I think, not only in small areas, but just keeping the ball on the ground. I felt that's something they could improve on. Because when Aruba finally decided, hey, defending, it's 1-0, maybe we can get a goal, this they have the space to do it. B, I mean, before the before the world class save happens, look at the midfielder who has the ball. He has it, turns, assesses, takes a couple more touches, assesses again, lays it off, and then sends it. And then I'm just watching him like, if they draw this game off of that, it'd be the most typical
Yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah. I was
right?
disappointed. I would have given him a legendary beating if we never got the win, But I
Hmm.
got the win, so I can still keep the confidence and said, let we wait until we see them again. Yeah, but
Hmm.
definitely, man. Coaches, please just don't give them any game. Just teach them how to control the games. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah, because I think CONCACAF really likes Jamaica. The commentator was talking in favor of Jamaica the whole time, and
Yeah.
even when the game was not in that level of dominance, they were saying that Jamaica dominating, which that wasn't the case. I think every time Aruba wanted to play out, they actually play out, and Jamaica gave them the space. That's what I never like. They gave them the space as well. It's
That,
not like
yeah.
Aruba trying for the space; they are giving them the space. So
Mhm.
I'm hoping that they can do it against Cayman. I am almost certain they're not going to improve that against Canada, but you have to find a way how to not give these Canadians the space. That's all I'm going to say. And I
Mhm.
don't even see the Canadians as yet, but the expectation from the Canadians are to come out and beat the living daylight out of the next team.
Mhm.
And so Jamaica had 62% possession right there to
Yep.
37. All right. So you see, the swing was literally what 13. The swing.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. His swing was very, very not so one-sided as to what I expected. The two games, only game I expected Jamaica to have problems would have been the Canada game. I expect them to make it Aruba to be better because they are coming from a footballing country.
Mhm.
But I think because they're getting young pieces, and those young pieces have to take a little time to grow. They start from youth 15. So
Yeah.
I know that they don't have players that reaches youth 17s as yet. But
Yep.
Jamaica has these players from youth 15 blood. You understand me?
Mhm. No, and I think that's a fair point. Like number 8 for Aruba, I think they said he's 15. So he's going to be back for
Yes.
probably at least one, if not two
Yes,
more
they're gonna be
cycles.
here again. Yes,
Yeah.
they're gonna be
And
here again.
he's a player where it's like, and I think where Jason's point is there, I think if Aruba were either a little bit more intentional or they had a little bit more better, slightly better athletes with that same ability there, I think they caused them a bit more problems because you saw the ideas that they were trying to put down. They just weren't able. And I think that's something I'll give Jamaica credit for. They were
Yes, good.
very
They
good
had some
being
good
disruptive.
defending as well.
They were
Some good
very
last ditch
disruptive.
tackle. Yes,
Yes.
they made some good last ditch tackles, so we have to give
Mhm.
them credit there. So that when they can be static and make tackle or stand up and shoot the ball, so they can stand up and shoot the ball and stand up and tackle,
Mhm.
but they can't move and do the same thing. And I think at this level, when you want to make the next jump, you have to be able to move and play a pass,
Yeah.
move and shoot the ball. You know, that is like basic, and I want to see more improvements. God, big of yourself, people. As you come in, please do hit the like
Yes.
button, share the video around because I'm on African stream, not using my own streams, but we are here. This is where we are breaking it down because I was late and Africans do Canadian work. So it's all fair for we to just do it on African's channel.
Yep.
So let we get everyone. And if we have to talk about Jamaica too as well, talk about Mexico, because I've watched every game, every second of every game. And that's why I'm so upset when it comes out to Jamaica because Costa Rica blood and Mexico, those teams look like they are. I've already seen 5 stars on Mexico's team,
Mm.
and they ain't operating like the number 77. They're operating like big superstars. You
Mm.
understand me? And they are doing the work for the team. So next time I see that number 7, make sure some one of your family click this and give it to him. Make sure when I see you, pass the ball, or you're gonna come off the field. All right. Yes.
I didn't realize that we send these directly, but you know what? It's cheaper than FedEx apparently, cheaper than FedEx. But I think that's a fair point when you get to this level, and that's why I'm saying sometimes the simplest pass is there, and then when you make them have to defend the pitch versus the player, it's a lot more like. And I'll give Jamaica their flowers. I think at the U17 level, watching them, as bad as it was, this is probably one of their better composed on the ball performances I've seen
Yeah,
of them,
yeah,
right?
yeah. But
And then,
other
like I
people
said, yeah,
them improving too as well, Africans. So you have to be
yeah,
improving even faster. So I agree. I think it still look better than what I saw before.
hmm
But because this is Aruba blood, so it makes me sad. You know?
I didn't. They were saying the stat. I didn't realize that they've only lost or drawn once at this level to a Caribbean side, and it was a draw to Trinidad. They've beaten every other Caribbean side at this U17 level for
Yes,
the
but
last 5 games.
Africans,
Yeah,
they have not played 80 in the last 5 games.
fair point.
Yes. 80 is actually a big team in
Does
this
Cuba
region.
count? Does Cuba count as Caribbean?
And,
Do we count?
and Cuba, they had played Cuba. That game with Cuba was very good a couple of years ago. That was
Mm,
very good. So that was a good win. But they never played 80. And yeah, so they have won the games, but the Caribbean teams is not so good. But so I'm liking what I'm seeing from Aruba. And if this is what they're gonna do, get good talents and keep on molding them, it looks like it's gonna Jamaica has to improve. And so I'm loving it. I'm loving
mhm.
it because I think they would have learned a lot of things from this game. So next time coming back, even Aruba they want to prepare better for, you know?
Yes. But we talked about the other games, and guys, if you want to talk about the Jamaica game, put your comments in there. We'll talk about them as we build up towards this Canada Cayman Islands game. But JD, we mentioned we've been watching nothing but football, right? And I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
throw all the results so far, right? You have Saint Martin, the Saint Martin's Derby was French versus Dutch wins. Barbados over Trinidad. I think that was surprising to me.
That was the worst game in mankind's history. Trinidad is bad. Sorry, Andre. Trinidad is bad. You
I, I
understand? Trinidad is bad.
before I said I thought maybe Trinidad's a team that tries to challenge Mexico. After that, I was like, so Mexico, pack your bags. I mean, Barbados, feel free, but the final matchup is Trinidad and Mexico. So good luck with that. Puerto Rico, we talked about
Yes,
already.
I think Trinidad. I think Mexico qualifies already without even trying, and I wanted somebody to push them. Trinidad just staying there off and tried to count the passes, and that's the only reason why they make 400 passes per game.
Mhm.
But they ain't doing nothing, blood. It's a one penalty that they got in both of the games, and they created like two chances in both games. That make
Mhm.
no sense. You have to create more chances than that if you're a big team. So they are in a rebuilding phase, which doesn't look good. That's very sad for Trinidad. AC Jamaica won the game 3-0. 3-0 Jamaica won the game, but the winning of the game and the actual playing of the game was not as comfortable as to what I would expect at
Yep.
all. So maybe we're undersold Aruba 1000% because they look more comfortable. Sometimes even more than Jamaica in the game. So let me see.
No, definitely, definitely. Yeah. Listen, we've watched some bad ones, Jason. Trust me. I mean, is
Well,
mankind says one thing, but maybe the second goal that they scored was quality. I see. I
yes.
don't want to. I look. It's a great
Second goal is
looking.
fire. Fire. What you say? What you want to
l-
don't play the goal Africans? What are you want? You want to
Listen,
the trigger a Nigeria and 18? Second
no,
goals for Jamaica was
no.
fire.
Listen, we can
Wait, is
save
it
our
the second? Yes,
African
this is the second
banter
goal.
for
What?
later. We can save the African banter for later. What I was gonna say is that goal to me is like
You think the goalkeeper should have seen it?
no, like, what's the
Okay.
goalie gonna do? The goalie is off his line, and it's the perfect play shot. But to me, that is the most Jamaican goal that'll happen.
Oh,
Turnover. That's what I mean by that. So I'm not trying to downplay, but I saw it. I was like, of course they score that because that's the type of goal they'll
yes, yes,
score.
yes. That
They were
is
shooting
that,
from
that,
there the
that
whole game, and again, it's you turn them over, quick look, and then blast it, and that was the goal.
Boom. Yes, because people, if you're not from Jamaica, you have a coach called Theodore Tupper Whitmore. He was also a former player. He told him to bust the net. So I guess the guy bust the net, and bust mean burst in patois, which is a Jamaican dialect. Yes, so we did bust the net when it comes on to the second goal. Fantastic.
The more you know. Brought to you by no, but like, so I didn't hate that goal per se, but I liked the first goal so much better because they finally kept the ball on the ground. They got it out wide. 10 puts it in. Kevin puts it, taps, directs it towards. I'm like, okay, that goal is there for you. If you just keep it on the ground, that goal is there for you. The second goal was just you've just escaped. That's what it was, and that's kind of where it's kind of level. I forget. It was world class. When was the
What
last
is
time a Jamaican scored a goal like that at the international level?
well, Jamaica ain't scoring much goals at no level, So no, we did
Here,
got 2020
here's my
blood
point.
with the
Here,
girls' blood.
no,
What
no,
are you
no,
talking
JD,
about?
no, JD. Here's my exact point. Bobby Reed, Mexico, Nations
Oh,
League.
2-2, yes, world class strike, Bobby Reed. Mikel Antoni versus
That
USA. Mikel Antoni versus El Salvador because people he never strike that, but he was that was the I think they need to change the assist rule because taxi shouldn't have gotten the assist blood. The man stepped into the taxi 75 feet away from the goal. No, 75 yards away
Even
from the goal blood.
even if you want to keep the Jamaica versus Mexico, Bosa versus Mexico in World Cup qualifying, where it's bounce, bounce, and then kick, and then they get the
Uh,
draw, and then it's
yeah,
to
that was
me.
a scam game. Mexico should have won that 54-0, you know?
But but
What's the name of that striker? Funes Mori?
Funes Mori,
Oh, God. I've
Funes
never
miss.
seen a human being miss the ball in the goal. The ball is in the goal and the man missed the goal.
It's a tough life for him,
Uh,
clearly. But no, so
all
I'm
right.
not trying to downplay. I mean, he, he was still world class. Okay, fine, that's fine. But I'm just saying that to me is like the typical Jamaican goal I see all the time, right? And that's where I'm like, I'm not downplaying it. It was great in the sequence, but it was like turnover, blasted towards the net. Cool. Yep, that is the goal. But besides that, we'll talk about there. You look at the games that are here. Which teams surprising you? Which teams are disappointing you? And you guys, as we wait for Canada versus Cayman Islands to get going, which teams have
Very,
surprised
very
you?
easy for me. I want to run off my top five. I hope you do
Yeah.
the same as well.
Okay.
My most impressive team because we expected the top three because we wanted to deport them like Donald Trump. You understand me? Because they don't need to be here. Yeah.
Having great
Sorry,
time.
people. Maybe that's a thought. No, my name cancel me with that joke. I'm very sorry, people. Very, very sorry because they are Americans are doing some bad things, some very, very bad things. At this point. So let me not get involved there. But my first, I got to give it to Puerto Rico. I thought that they
Mm.
they milked everything out of their rag. You understand
Yep.
me? Milked everything, and they're better converted than the Mexicans. So Puerto Rico would have to be first for my list. Then the Mexicans, I would give them second, because one thing I've realized, they're pressing. They were pressing. They were
Mm.
pressing literally before the next team kick the ball off Africans. They have no respect for the opponent. They were sprinting forward. They're not trying to stop, defend. They were attacking, defending. So the
Mm.
Mexicans got to get the second position. For me, then I would have to go third. Costa Rica looked
Okay.
very, very smooth. I think they should have gotten the second spot. So second and third fighting between Mexico and Costa Rica. United States looked a little bit rough and out of shape. Surprisingly, because United States have always played multiple games coming into these and look way more sharper. They were struggling with their overlappings, runs, and the crossing as well. So maybe they will get that better and sharpen their tools. And they want it 8-0 just the same, even with
Yeah.
all of those deficiencies. So I expect them to get better. So fourth, I would put them. And then I got to go with my lovely brother, Panama. I wanted to put 80 there, but I think Panama looked very physical and smooth with their transition. That's why I want Jamaica to play football, blood, because they are
Mm.
big and strong, but they have the technical ability, the spatial awareness, and they move the ball very confident and build the plays. I think Panama might be the most impressive. Um,
Mm.
Panama might be with the most impressive, but because they never got the numbers, it's hard for me to just give them first spot over Puerto Rico that scored 12 goals. But yeah, Panama was very, very impressive for me. So they tipped 80 for the fifth spot, but 80 still fought and got the I think they got a 5-1 win because I
Yeah.
turned it off 2 minutes in. So it had to be 5-1 and can't go further. But that's my top five. We have Puerto Rico takes the first spot, Mexico squeezed into the second spot, Costa Rica takes the third, and then we got to give the fourth. Who I gave the fourth to? Um,
United States, I guess, or Puerto
United
Rico.
States the
Yeah.
fourth, and
Yeah.
then the fifth would have gone to Panama. Chorus, I'm watching the game, Chorus. That's my job. That's what I do, blood. Watch the games. I love football, blood. All right.
Fair enough. No, I think that's a fair. You look at the teams that have done well. Like again, Mexico did Mexico things. I mean, color me shocked. Panama continuing there. I mean, I again, how CONCACAF has set this up, they're trying to get what they think are the two best teams in the final matchup and the winner take all. Trinidad has messed that up unless Mexico falls to, unless Barbados is the
Beat
darling,
Mexico.
unless
African.
Barbados is the darling, which would throw everything off. But no, so that's kind of there. Panama set up to play them. Guatemala are set up to play Haiti. Puerto Rico are set up. That's going to be a fun matchup. Puerto Rico versus Costa Rica. In Costa Rica, I know what I'm doing
Yeah,
out there.
that.
I am. That's
I think that's going to be the best match of the entire
I.
tournament.
Oh, I agree.
Flat
I think
out.
I. Yeah, I think that's
Yes,
the
that's going
best
to be a
one.
good match.
Yeah.
Who you think? Who you look? You're betting the Costa Ricans, or you think the Puerto Ricans will beat them?
I want to see. Let me see them go a little bit further. I would. It would be based off history. You go Costa Rica because they've always performed here. But hey, listen.
I look at this. I,
Y'all are
Jason, I am
foolish.
keeping up with the teams, I mean, man. Let me give me a little time to digest Jamaica's performance, and then we see the Canadians, and then we can really rank where Jamaica is because I don't think Jamaica was close to the top seven.
Mhm,
So let me try work out where we can put them, but 'cause we want to give them a fair one. So let me get
mhm.
the Canadians in first before we can decide the top 10.
Right, yeah, because like we said earlier, I think the one difficulty with this is again because Canada's lineup is out for this, and I'll throw that up in here in a second because there's so much turnover that you can't look at a team like you look at Canada's lineup, you say, oh, Van Parker, that's the list. That's everyone who's from in past U17 years. You'd be like, oh, okay, there was those five ballers who came in last time. Now they're 16 or 17. They've done this before. Now it's you might and that was the question I was wondering. Would a team decide, or would a federation say, hey, he's exceptional, get this 15-year-old so he can play 3 straight years of U17 and then see if he develops? Or will they just say, it's 2026, so we're taking the 2009s. It's 2025, we're taking the 2008s. It's 2030, so we're taking whatever the year for that is. Right. And I think that's where it'll be curious to see. But again, we haven't seen today is the final day of first matchup. So we'll see everyone play today, and then I think after that, then we'll have a bit of an idea. I'm one who's always let me see 2 games before I kind of make my decision on what a team is,
Yeah, yeah.
and so
But we saw 2 games of Trinidad, and I
well,
think Trinidad is
they
the
have a
worst team in the tournament.
I you know what, nothing kills you more than when you pick a team to do something and in their first matchup they lose to Barbados. Nothing kills you. Nothing because like it's as if like my credibility. I make one prediction now.
You
I,
had
I make
you had Trinidad to do good.
I, I picked them to be the team challenging
Why are you going out like these Africans? Because
because
they did the
it
same
went
thing in.
based off of because I went based off what I thought they would be. Right? Trinidad had been good
Okay.
based off how the lineups. CONCACAF was telling me, like betting lines were saying, this is the matchup you need to watch. And guess what? We were lied, we were bamboozled, we were fooled, and now I have no money.
Yes, people don't bet on Trinidad if you do bet. I don't think Trinidad is good blood. I think Mexico is going to beat the brakes of Trinidad because they're going to get the Barbados game or Bahamas the
Mhm.
Barbados game before that. So they're going to be sharpening their tools against Barbados. I think they're going to give them like maybe the same 10, and then they're going to give Trinidad around 14.
Mm. Well, that's fair. You know what? I'm not getting involved in this Caribbean on Caribbean violence that seems to be all the rage these days. I'm not getting involved with it. But I think there's a point where you have to look at and hope for teams to do what they can. It's a prediction. It was misinformation given to you by CONCACAF. I just read the tea leaves. The tea leaves said this is the matchup. Just kind of like the last round, right? The last round they had, it was like Canada versus Bermuda in the last matchup to go. And I'm like, well, this is the matchup, I guess. And Canada won. And in this case, I was like,
Yeah,
well,
maybe
Trinidad,
Jason
like,
was right too. Yeah, maybe Jason was right.
yeah,
They're
that's
too
true.
busy trying to make Jamaica good at football, and they are left leaving behind.
Oh goodness me. Oh
All right,
goodness.
so tell us
Yeah.
something about the Canadian team Africans because that's the reason why we're here in the blood. And that's the reason why I'm here, because you're acting like you're gonna avoid the Canadian team. We need to know how good they are. So that's why we're here to ask you Africans that we how good the Canadian team is. So we can join the other Jamaicans and just brag say we're gonna win things. But we want to know that it's possible, that we can beat the Canadian team. You know? I
So
kinda don't believe it still, but give me a little
so
belief.
all right, so this is Canada's lineup for the matchup versus Cayman Islands to go through. Gabriel Pandolfo is in net. Edwin Omoregbe is playing back. Stephen Kapoor, good name, is there. Alain Louis Ma, Haitian descent, out of the Ottawa Soccer United, but now he is playing in Spain. But this is the club he started off with. To give you Quentin Belfond there, Nico Wood, Vincent Lorenzo, French, Okoko.
No,
This is like
no, go ahead, Africans. It's just the
yeah, no,
comment section. The comment
no, I
section
know.
is
I
wild.
don't worry. Connor Rickert, Eloy Breton, and then Van Parker leading the line there. So I think they're going to be a side that wants to build up, and they're going to be a side that wants to kind of go through. I was in the comments for Jason's style, but to educate everyone more, the squad is about 50% Canadian based, 50% overseas. I don't count US as Canadian based, so Van Parker's at Real Salt Lake. He doesn't count as a Canadian. He's international. So they have European players that are there. Spain, a lot of Spain clubs represented there, and then a couple of English players as well. But it's a good mix. And like I said earlier, the thing I like about what Canada did here is you saw them be intentional with their camps, right? I've been on these channels saying what would it kill for, say, like a Jamaica to say, hey, let's have a camp in, say, England and try to see as many English based players as possible, then have a camp in, say, somewhere in the US and try to see as many US based players as possible, and then after that make a team. This is what they did. They had a European base camp. They saw a lot of European players. They saw I had a North American base camp, had that, and then they formed the best team based off what the coaches wanted to do.
Beautiful.
And then
Beautiful.
now they're
They
bringing
really like the Europeans, them like they like the European Canadians, right?
well, European Canadian can mean a lot of things. It could mean that they have Canadian descent. It could mean
Yes,
that they
that's what I meant,
started, yeah.
Africans. You don't have to make it complicated. I just ask if you guys like the people over there.
We
It
like
was a
anyone
reason
who's
why
good.
I asked that,
We
you
like
know.
anyone who's good. Are you
And,
good?
and they're Canadian, right?
Is there
Well,
maple
that's
in
the
your blood?
problem.
Come
That's the
on.
reason why we can't keep a camp over in England and Europe, because we might not. You understand me? We might not.
Listen,
Yeah.
last time I read the tea leaves, I predicted Trinidad to beat Barbados. So I'm
Bad
not going to
mind, they
try to
get
think
the
if we
youths, them Africans. Remember, bad minding, they get the youths important. You understand me? So we can't keep no camp in no Europe. The
Mm,
players are there, but nothing can be kept there
mhm.
because it's bad minding, they get the youths, them. You need to get the youth kicking a ball from 60 yards out, in the back of the
Uh,
net. So it
don't
is what
kill
it
me.
is. Um,
Bust on that, as
how
you'd
much
say.
teams come?
But
No,
no,
one, one,
yeah,
one.
just one. Yeah. Nico Wood, yes, I do agree. Nico Wood is a nice name for the future. There a lot of sixes. It's true. It's true though, Jason. It's true. We like anyone who is good. You got maple in your blood? Cool. Come on down. Are you good? Come even
That's
quicker.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
That is simply how it is. So yeah, I don't mind them
Simple. Oh,
going.
it is Africans. What are you? What is simple about that?
JD,
What are you?
JD, I say simple. Listen, last time we went to the U17s, we brought eight. We brought it felt like 12 players from TFC. Okay, let's diversify the portfolio a bit. Let's just
Okay.
diversify the portfolio. And
So
so
it
I
is.
think
So can we sign you and some of the Canadians just go to the JFF office and try explain the same simplicity to that?
listen.
And to the Jamaican people, because yesterday I saw a commenter said it just can't work. We can't get these guys, they can't gel. So, oh, you guys get them to gel, Africans. You need to teach you how those things work. Like, we need to talk to the Canadians then, because you guys are doing it. So, oh, it works. We have a lot of players in them, man.
My allegiance is to the Republic, but more specifically, yeah, Ghana's been calling me, but no, they haven't. But like, I think it's the thing I say with recruiting, and I say this as YouTube man number 6,000 million, whatever. Basically, connect with someone. Always keep the forms of communication open, right? You don't know when a scratch off is going to hit, but you have to always be willing to take chances and communicate with them and keep them in the loop. There's a there's plenty of players who played youth for Canada who haven't played senior, but you hear about the coaches who are always in contact with them. You hear about the people at the federation who are always in contact with them, or you hear about them who weren't, and that becomes a talking point within all the fandom. So to me, just it doesn't hurt you just to check in and just be like, hey, we're thinking of you in this moment. Hey, or hey, congratulations on this. How are things going? Hey, we're thinking of doing this. Now again, Canada finally reached the point where we're having camps consistently, right? We've had women U17 camps consistently as they prep for their qualification. We've had men camps more recently, and that helps having the World Cup because people want to start to pay in and be like, we want to be part of history and all things. But seeing them, they may not all translate because at the end of the day, every team is 26 deep, period, that you can call up. But give yourself the chance. If you don't give yourself the opportunity or the chance, if you
Wow.
fail without trying, then I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Shocking Africans that you can know that. And yeah, I need to retire for real because I thought what you're saying was the obvious thing, but I realized that that ain't obvious in Jamaica at all. You understand me?
Mm.
They ain't believing nothing like that, African. So we ain't winning nothing for a long time, and we have to just take a one big goal from I get a youth, and that's it. You know, just be happy. You know, so we're just celebrating any good goal we get in Africans. That's all. You know, and if we
Hey,
get anything on top of it, that's how it goes. Because we can get good players, as what you said, but the
mhm,
approach has to be different, and I don't see them changing. Because I thought when they won the U15 at the time, and the
yeah,
not the CONCACAF U15, the Caribbean
yeah,
U15. That you AD never participated in. So the best team for 55 years before that never played,
mhm,
and they use that to see why we don't need anybody else. But that is like a segregation towards reality. So I love the way you farm it, and you said that give everyone an opportunity. um
mhm.
it doesn't matter when, because you don't know who will turn up, and you're not pushing away your own. You understand me? You're no, because all of them is your own. So let we stop talking about pushing away. All of them are your players. So you need to just start get as much and just put them on the listing, man. You know, because it's
Yeah.
sad when you know you can be doing better, and I have to just be here hoping that we can get a chance against Canada.
And again, I want to see how they look because there's such variance from age group to age group. You know me, I'm never one who's gonna overconfidently say my team is going
Hmm.
to win something. But I think based off of the preparation they've had,
Hmm.
I haven't felt good about a team preparing. Like the most confident I felt is about a very specific, like the 2022 women's U17s, like with like the Rosa Malouf, Amanda
Maluf
Allen.
was on that team. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
right. But that entire group is like the highest group I've seen go from U15 to U17 to U20, and now they're starting to matriculate into the senior team. Right. I love that group. Like, and I followed them here. This one I'm intrigued by, but it's also difficult because now I'm looking at specific age groups versus, say, a group of players within a range, right? So I'm still high on this group. I think Van Parker could be very interesting. Nico Wood is another good name, like people have said. And then on the bench will be interesting. But in this type, I think if you're Canada, anything less than making it to the World Cup is a disappointment, right? Dare I say, is a failure at this level because of how they've prepared, and we don't have the excuses anymore. It's not just, oh, we only had a camp because 5 months before or 3 months before. And I think for that, I think this is why also I haven't rated the US yet, because the US notoriously will rotate their games, and then when they play a game that matters, then it's like, oh, all of a sudden the three players who haven't played before will start, and it's like, oh, those are the guys who are bagging 8 goals. Oh, cool, 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 right? The Figueroas come off the bench, right? The Chases come off the bench, like, and I think that's what makes it interesting and intriguing for me. So I think for them, they're at a point where not making the U17s is a disappointment, and so now I think they have to kind of play with that expectation and not quite arrogance, but as we'll say here, a little bit more of that swagger as if, we expect to do this, right? The similar way of how the U17 girls would just be, look, worst case scenario, they're going to press you and then they're going to score a bunch of goals on you, and that's going to be life. And so I think they have to enter that way and play through their system. Sometimes I think they're a little bit too robotic in how they play, but I think if they're able to play through, they'll give themselves an opportunity to be there. And then after that, it's when you're playing 48 teams, you are not the best group. You're not the best team in your group, right? You Canada played Uganda the last one, and let me tell you, the African in me was like, Uganda. Oh, but Canada. Who do I root for? It was Canada. But you see, the levels are just so level at that point that you can't take anything for granted. So I think for them at this level, they are expected to be the favorites in the group, and you want them to do that. And I think now they have to come out and just continue to show that. But I expect them to grow into this tournament, hopefully peaking by that third Jamaican game. Right. I that's what I would hope. I don't expect to see 15 goals this game. It could happen, but I don't expect to see it. But I expect
Africans,
them to, yeah.
Africans, I can just tell you from now, the 15 goals, it's going to be between 11 and 15 goals. So let me tell you from now, because I'm just, I know, because, and that's what I love when you have a good conveyor belt, as what you said,
Mhm.
just the way they prepare these kids. It's just the formula just working, and it's just working. And I think you're going to get the 15, you're going to get the 11 to 15. I think this is going to be the team that everyone beats upon. To be honest, they're going to come with a little bit of physicality, but no stamina. Yeah, I don't think Cayman Island deserve to be here. I'm very sorry. No disrespect to Cayman Islands, but I have to be beating people today. Yeah, we need four good teams in each group's blood. All right, yes, so we can watch every game, and we are, because we keep on getting embarrassed in the World Cups, Africans. So that's my problem. We are
I
getting
understand
embarrassed
that
in the
point.
World Cup, so we need the four. Just pop the best teams in one group and take two winners out of that damn group. Second place and first place go to the World Cup, and just use
Listen,
two groups.
JD,
Yeah,
I've
two
said this
groups.
from time and time. I just want a consistent qualification schedule. I don't want to know, okay, it's U17 the men. Okay, so group winners. For the women, okay, group winners in the best second place out of three groups. Okay, for the women's U20s, the top four teams after championship round happens. For the U20s for men's, top four go to the World Cup, top two go to the Olympics. I would just like consistency so I can prepare. So that anytime
So
I go,
you're okay with this one? You're okay with this one? Because I
it's the
don't like it. I
simplest
don't.
one. Yes.
Okay. All right, fair enough, fair enough. People, once you come in, please do it like one. Big up yourself, John Rap. Big up, Lucas, Jason Guna, Float Management in the
Mhm.
building. Chorus saying that I'm doing numbers, but we're out here doing our analysis, so we have to showcase that. That's we are watching the games. You had people question my footballing knowledge. And after on this program, no, on this channel, so I have to come back and work hard to show that I am working hard on my
Yeah.
analysis, because I don't know if they are coaches in space, but Africans have to tell me where they're coaching. African told me that they're coaching in Nigeria or space or somewhere, but I am
Yeah.
watching my games, so to come back with my quality. Michael
But
got a
no.
big of himself. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Yes, how much team? One, 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 one.
One.
No, Africans, I'm beating
No, yeah,
your
beat
friend,
beats.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Beat.
yeah. Because I wasn't here telling people about how much
Oh, I can't. I
if I
simply
know about
cannot.
football blood. Yo,
I'll bring it.
yo,
Hey, we're
you're
gonna have
just
a therapy
lucky I was
session at some
sleeping.
point. We're gonna have a therapy session at some point with that. But no, but no, Lucas, I do agree. Like an eight to nine, I think is probably what I'm expecting. But I'm not going to be one who is going. I just look, get the W, get the goal difference, because I want to be in a point where you don't need to win the game to go on, but I want them to goal
Yes.
difference aplenty for this. Jamaica put
Yes,
up.
I think Jamaica kind of out of control.
Mhm,
That's how the team is going to play for the rest of the tournament. But I
mhm,
still think that Jamaica can fire 10 shots and it end up in the back of the net. So I think Canada will need to score over 11 to be comfortable to say that they're going to give Aruba a good 6-0, 6-1,
mhm.
6-0 around that. Yeah. And then now going into the Jamaica game, they would want to have their advantage that Jamaica has to come out and play, because I think Jamaica can always pull off the back to front, just kick the ball and defend the whole time. So you always want
Mm.
to make sure they have to come out to you to qualify. And then yeah, that's what I think Canada will be going with. Are they going to get it? I think they are going to get a lot of goals. So Jamaica have to work on the next game now to make sure they slap 25 in Cayman's net.
No,
25.
well, yeah, and again, at this point, it's just a competition of goals, right? And we saw that with the women's U17s, right? It was goal difference unless you win the game. And I think that's what you're going to kind of see here as well. The game, for those of you who are looking, you have to find it. It's CONCACAF YouTube channel or wherever it's being shown in your country. I'm using the VPN to watch it in Canada
80%.
because I am poor, so I ain't about to get everything there, but we'll see kind of how it goes there. We're going to be following this because for stats and the following the game, the best is CONCACAF at this point. So that's going to be on the screen for everyone as we're watching Canada play Cayman Islands here. The broadcast has started for those of you who are wondering. So if you aren't already on CONCACAF's YouTube channel, hop on there, go there, watch it. I'll pull it up here so that we can kind of have a good look at what we're seeing here, and we should be there. There we go. So there we are. I don't think the lineups are right because it has Canada playing a 5-4-1 with Van Parker as your lone striker. I'm not sure if that's what they're trying to do, but hey, we live the life that they give us. Both teams are apparently playing 5-4-1s, which is a choice. But Stephen Kapoor back there playing. Edwin, yeah, this feels like this is, yeah, it's probably a 4-4-2 more than likely, with either Connor
Before
Rickett
the game,
playing up. Yeah.
I am not certain of Jamaica capability of playing 80% better than what I saw. Because African said he thought that they played the ball better than before previous years. And I actually agree as well. But playing 80% better than that, I don't think it's possible, blood. Because you have some players that are incapable of doing anything good enough on the field because of their style and we're who is teaching them football. And it looks like those players has to play. So that in itself always give you a disjointed type of team. You understand? So I am not certain that Jamaica can play 80% better at all. I don't even think they can play 30% better, because in order for them to do so, they would have to take off some of those players off the field and play players that are going to follow instruction.
I think there's definitely improvement that can happen. I would say
Yes,
I'd
but
like to
around
see the
30.
yeah, I would say I would like to see them play the simple game a lot more consistently, because I think if they did that, they would open up a lot more opportunities for goals. There were goals to be had in this game, but then as any team that wants to run, when you shut down the pitch and you say it's going to be a low block, you're going to have to think your way through this versus run your way through this. I think that's where you're going to see teams that want to be in a transition struggle, but then also even when they were running, they weren't making the best decisions in those spaces. And I think that's what kept them off. The overlapping run was the one thing we brought up for them. And I think if they take advantage of those simple plays, overlaps, keeping the ball on the pitch, I think they can, based off of
Yeah, but
what
I
they
would say
can do. Yeah.
30. The max they can play is 30, and they will need all 30% to not get embarrassed by Canada. That's all I would say. And I don't even see the Canadian team kick the ball as yet, but I know that they're gonna be following the principle of football, and that it's essential. So even if you think that they're not good, they're following the system, and those things alone get you wins.
Yeah.
At least at this level.
No, definitely. And I think that's where it is. Like it depends on what you think the ceiling of the team is. And I'm always a two game before I say what the ceiling of a team is
Mhm.
before I go. So
Agreed,
I
agreed,
think you're early to
agreed.
see it, but for where we are, we're just doing the anthems here. I think that's what you'd want. But even if you do think that, Warrior, U15s are
You still
playing
have U15 players
U15s.
on this field.
Yeah. U15s are still playing
Striker.
U15s. U17s are playing U17. So it's a different it's a different engagement overall.
All right. But what we said, let we not push, and we can't use two games. I think we have to use three games, Africans, because they are
Fair.
going to play Canada. Cayman cannot be a game where we are going to judge them. You understand me? So it has to wait until the three games.
Hmm. I would say you can judge them based off of what, because then like you it can be irresponsible, but it's a thing you do where you say, well, we beat this team by this score, and then this team beat that same team by this score. So are we better or are we worse? I think
Okay.
that's a dangerous game because it's different styles playing different teams, and it's a different game overall. Like Aruba isn't going to play Canada the same way that they played what's it called, Jamaica, because in that game they're trying to get us. They have to play more open against Canada because they need to get goals. They need to get a win at least, or at least they'll try to be more. They'll be a little bit more dangerous in their chances that they have. So every game gets a little bit different. Every game is its own story, and so with that, I think I'm talking myself into agreeing with you. You do need to see the whole balance of the work versus just saying the first section, the third, or the second. So it's a fair point on that point. But
Guys, give me some predictions. What are you
yeah.
expecting?
Mhm. But yeah, throw some
Uh,
predictions on here
really
as you
sorry,
guys
but
are
football
there.
is played on the field. Cayman and get a penalty in the 89 and win the game. Um, the Vagabond 2021. What a name! Beautiful. That is Donald Trump type name. God damn. So Vagabond says 1-0. Vagabond, if this game finish 1-0, Canada have to hit the crossbar 55 times. The ball bounce in the keeper's head back and he volleyed it forward to give the striker and four of the Canadian legs broke. And then the ball slip under the keeper and go in, and then you have seven changes as to come on, and two others can't be substituted because you maxed out your changes. That's the only way that happened.
But he's saying 1-0
Yes.
came on. Hey, hey. Uh, One of my best. Yeah.
I said anything over 8, I am going for 11-0. 11. Let me write it down here. Jason, I think Jason went for 8.
Yeah.
8 Jason went for. I'm going for 11. Let me write it down here. So you're going to learn how much you watch football and how much education in football is important. All right. Other things are important, but definitely, when you have a good structure, it's important, man. Believe me. Conveyor belt of talent, at least to this level, not the worldwide level. Because Canada and these teams ain't perform on the worldwide level at all.
Yeah.
What
Look
did
at they're
Jamaica
all
not
playing
do
five
today
four ones.
that
But
allow you to conclude they were awful? Okay.
okay, well,
Okay. All right. So we have kickoff now.
yeah, kickoff coming.
Show
Also,
us
as a
something, Canada.
yeah, I will do my best play. Also, Canada's wearing white, which means we have a joke with Canada when they wear their whites. We always struggle to get off the gate. When we wear our
Yeah.
reds, we are killing everyone. So when we wear white, it's like it's gonna be a struggle 4-0 win. But in the reds, we're going. But here we go. Ball about to be kicked off.
All
And it
right.
does look like they are playing. Both teams are playing 5-4-1s,
The
which
size,
could easily
damn,
be
the
five
size
two
of
threes.
Canadian players are bigger than um Cayman players. Damn.
So it is. So Cayman starting with the ball here. All right, and they kick off, passing it back into the midfield and
All
send
right, people
forward.
Cayman trying to get the first one. Vagabond, it might be correct. Wonderful
And
start for Cayman. They want a foul.
yep, one a foul.
All right, nice work here, Cayman.
Mhm.
Resetting. Canada not showing Cayman no respect. Africans. They
Canada
advanced
just wants
all
Canada.
players.
They're like, if you're gonna beat us, you can beat us with a high line if you want to.
Yes.
And those are what they're saying about played
What
over.
what happened? What
Counter.
happened?
Where?
Players down already?
Who? Ooh, hard fall for number 3. right, so you already got one injury. Listen, I don't know. I don't know. 2 minutes,
1 minute in
a
the
minute
game, and
in,
a
vagabond.
minute.
I don't know. You're sounding.
Vagabond, I just said all of those stuffs, and oh God, you're still not getting the 1-0. Cayman have to
Yeah.
give Canada
So
6
Luima gets it.
nil.
Okay.
Cayman has to win 6-0. You're not going to get away with it. All right, he's up. He's up, but it looks like he might be
Yep.
off. Yes, I think he's done.
For a minute. Yeah.
No, you're going to take him off. Yeah, take him off for precaution. You don't need him for Cayman. Just put on anybody else.
All right. So the injury in. So listen, I already told you don't listen to me. So we'll see. Okay. Okay. Does he have anything on it? Can you put any? Yeesh.
No, take him off, man. Because you're gonna, yeah. Wonderful. They said take him off. That is the fastest substitution. Africans, what's good? Well, I
It's the
guess
white shirts.
Vagabond,
It's the white shirt.
Vagabond did work the voodoo, you know.
I told you it's the white shirts. Ah,
And they're
yeah.
they're forcing him to go on. No, man, take him off the field, man. He's not moving, man. All right, so Canada is down to 10 players. Let's see if Cayman can take advantage of that. Cayman breaking down the right hand side. Slip coverage here. They can whip it inside. Come on, let's see if Vagabond is right. Come on, Cayman. All right.
It's not the
Oh,
89th minute
offside.
yet, okay? But here we go.
The guy is still limping, man. So why don't just take him off so he can work on himself for the next game? He's still limping over there. Canada goes over the top. One ball over the top, broke inside the penalty. Good clearance here. Oh, poor back pass here from Panama. You mean Cayman back to Canada. Canada whips it across and it's blocked. And Cayman tried to clear their lines, and it's still back in Cayman's off. Cayman gave it back to Canada again because they are incapable of passing the ball. And okay, he's done. He's done. He's
Yeah,
down.
he's done.
He's down. Just come off the field, man. So it's the same substitution, guys.
Yeah.
He's gonna be out.
So Alain Louis Ma looks like he's gonna be coming off, but it's yeah.
Why are you
That's
still bringing
unfortunate.
water out? Just bring the stretcher and take the guy off. All right, stretcher come in, and they decide that they're not going to use the stretcher. Yeah, you shouldn't have let him really continue. So you could have checked it, and maybe yeah.
Indeed, indeed. But we are there, guys. If you're looking for the game, it is on. If you're in Canada, if you have One Soccer, which is through Fubo, you can get that there. If not on YouTube, you can grab the game on CONCACAF's YouTube channel. And if you're in Canada and you don't want to pay for those, get yourself a VPN, get to CONCACAF's YouTube channel, slated anywhere outside from here, and then you should be able to see that. And anywhere else, Fox Sports in the US should have it. And then if you're outside of North America, YouTube on CONCACAF YouTube channel should have it. But it is 0-0 for Canada. 5 minutes in, and already a substitution being made. Ali Noima had to come off. Looks like a left leg injury, unfortunately. And we're hoping he comes. Silas coming in. He plays his straight out in Austria for where he's playing. So, as we talked about the diversification of the
Oh,
pool,
Canada
it is
breaking. Wonderful 1-2 here from Canada referee. That has to be a card referee. Oh, they call off. Right again. Africans, can you expand the
yeah.
screen so you can see the names a
Oh,
little bit,
yeah.
and maybe
Perfect.
others that's viewing, because we know that it's not everyone will be able to watch the game.
Yeah.
Maybe one
All right.
more,
So
where you can get off the additional things. All right.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right, nice, nice. So we can see the players. So
Yep. So Aleluima off the pitch, guys. We're gonna keep it here. Here we go.
that
Canada
over the top
building.
ball
Yep.
killing Cayman. And they're
Yeah.
getting inside. Referee, that's a free kick. Referee, you're gonna let go too much things. So yes, thank you, thank you. The player complaining because he got kicked down before. You have to
Yep.
call the referee. You can't continue those things. Leads to injury. Look at the dig off the man's shirt. Damn.
Yep. And that's Van Parker. He's one of the few players who were on last year's U17 team that
Mm-hmm.
went 10 rounds against Ireland and the most wild penalty you'll ever see. That
6
gets
minutes in.
everything. Yep.
0-0. Vagabond says, sorry, JD, football is played on the pitch. That is very, very true. Football is played on the pitch, but preparation towards the pitch itself is needed. You can't just turn up on the pitch and say football is played on the pitch. All right. Keeper comes. All right. Good claim from the keeper there.
Good claim by the keeper.
All right. Good work from Cayman. They don't look as terrible as what I expected, but god damn, just as I've said that, this could be 1-0. Good turn here. Tries to reset it, and poor decision making there. It took a deflection, so it's gonna be another corner coming in. So Cayman is pretty much incapable of actually passing out from their own half, and Canada is high pressing.
That they are.
So what Canada need to do is just push it away from the goal, put it on the penalty spot, so they can get them out, because it looked like they're struggling to keep formation.
Yeah. Also factoring in this, it has been
Wonderful.
windy here. So just if teams are trying to keep it, you can see on the shirts, it's been very windy. You could have seen it in the Jamaica game as well. So wind may
Mm-hmm.
factor in corners and long balls and things of that nature. Canada right now have the wind, so that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah, wonderful control here from Canada. The way they command the ball, that's what I
Mhm.
want. Or that's what I was complaining about early on. That I
Yeah,
saw Aruba doing. But they are doing it at different speed. Poor pass there from Canada, throw in for Cayman.
for Cayman Islands, yeah.
Cayman need to do better with the ball, man. Just giving it straight back to Canada, just when they do take an advantage. All
Yeah.
right, so another corner coming up for Cayman, for Canada. Poor, poor deal from Cayman.
And this is something I'll be critical of Canada here, where it's if you get that many set pieces, you have to start converting.
Yeah. But the last one they put it close to the penalty spot, and the wind kind of bring it back to the keeper, which is good.
Yeah.
So you need to put it further, even out further. I think they're gonna go short and try to attack the thingy. All right, no, they went long, early posts. All right, another one coming. So it looks like the Vagabond 2021 definitely not correct. Africans, because Cayman ain't doing nothing at all more than trying to survive.
Hey, surviving is what you have to do in these games. Because three
All
points
right.
is 3 points.
Yeah, but a wonderful cross here to the box stick. Everybody is pretty much cleared. They had three there, and number 5 couldn't get to put it into the back of the net. Would that is Stefan?
Yep.
Yeah, he should have done a little bit better with that. But as you said, the wind maybe made it a little bit difficult.
Yep.
Still should have finished it because he's empty.
Agreed.
Keeper comes out beaten, and it's cleared. What's going on in this game?
It's the
So Canada have not
chaos.
scored as yet, people. But the keeper got beaten. Defender cleared it, and it's back to Canada again. Canada breaks it and whips it across, and that wonderful defending there from Cayman for a deep line throwing over the right hand side. And it's back to defending versus attack again. and I'm talking deep attack. All right. Canada works down the right hand channel. This is pretty much empty at this point. And he's going to drag it and whip it across the face of the goal. What a miss! Oh my God!
It's a white kid.
What a miss! An empty miss in front of the goal. And Canada will come up with the next shot again and blast it wide. Oh my God!
When I tell you about the white kids,
That
JD,
is the
don't doubt the white
worst miss of the
kids.
day. That is the worst miss of the day.
Yo,
He
Mo, yeah, we'll
rifled
check in
it
later,
from
Mo, for sure.
6 yards on top of the bar. Well, the vagabond, your voodoo might be working so far, but I told you, 50 times they have to hit the bar. They have hit it what one time now. Okay, so 49 more coming. The Africans, they are getting the 10. There's no way
Oh,
this game and team can suck this team. This is not even a challenge to Rati. Jamaica winning this game by over 7 as well. Over the top again. Inside keeper. Jockeys decide that he's not going to come. And the keeper, oh, the ball bounced back. The wind took back the ball to the keeper. He chips the keeper. And the wind took back the ball to the keeper. Oh my God. Cayman goes long and it's back to Canada. So Canada has 100% ball possession. 100%.
simply the best.
Cayman press a little bit over the top here. Canada again, but this is a long ball. Come on, work it a little bit better. Stop going direct. Cayman looks a little bit tired. 13
Mhm.
minutes in the game. Before the game, are you seeing this? Cayman looks a little bit tired. 13 minutes in the game. This is. How long are they preparing Africans? You get any
They
information on it?
they've had camps leading up to this since the last U17 finished. So about a year's
I'm
worth of
talking to Cayman here because Cayman
Oh,
is the team that's
Cayman?
tired after 30 minutes.
I, I, I don't know. I don't know.
Referee, that has to be a card. You have to take a card out of a pocket.
It's just
Jeez.
it's
You
just
said that.
it's just
Referee
like
gave that people. Can you guys explain how is that not a yellow card? Oh my God.
I blame the white shirts. It's all I have. I blame the white kids.
All
And they
right.
can't press any higher because they're playing such a high line anyways.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be
They
better
can't press
off
any
just
higher at
no.
all. All right, through the middle, square pass, more square passes, man, because that's all they need to do to open them square passes. All right, work it wonderful. Move it a little bit faster. No, stop, reset it right there. Because Cayman not going to come out. That's the only thing you're going to do is sit back. Because they actually believe Vagabond that they can win it 1-0. All
This is
right.
the most this is the most African game in terms of just we're stopping any flow. Well done, Cayman.
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
Yeah,
I respect that.
this is not a football match at all. The MLS is back. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah, wonderful touch. Yes. Push it through the middle. Whip it across early. The poor cross. That's a poor cross. Poor cross. So still 0-0 after 15 minutes, people. The crossbar. Keeper came out, made a last ditch save, 2 last ditch tackles. So it should have been maybe around what 3-0 or so Africans.
I would have accepted 2-0, but right now we're still on the 0-0, so living the life that we've been given.
Yes, it should have been around 3-0. All right. Cayman trying to pass out to the back, got closed down by Canada. And I think okay, they're gonna get the late call. Don't think that was a foul. So the referee got bailed out Cayman.
Oh, but we watching.
Cayman will be clearing their lines. Okay, they have a good clearance there. but he's back to Canada.
Yeah.
And they actually put up 30% for Cayman. That's not true.
No. It's in thinking, right?
Yeah, it's 30 touches. Cayman have with
Oh,
the ball, not 30% possession,
hey,
30
that's
touches.
per percent. They get a couple more touches, they'll be up to 30.
Yeah. Oh God. Vagabond, stop commenting there, man. Because Vagabond said this is foolishness. Wonderful through pass here. Good turn. Let's see. Recovery. Wonderful recovery there from Cayman. But he lost it again. And this is a one-on-one with the keeper. Cayman should be. Oh, he actually scores it. I thought he missed it, you know. So 1-0. Canada after the 14th opportunity. So the Vagabond, leave football
1
alone.
nil is done. 1 nil is
Leave
done.
football
Okay.
alone. 10 more coming. 10 more goals coming to make it 11. This a good strength there, a good strength there from the number 10 because he never even dropped his shoulder at all. Just blasted it and it's controlled. Okay, nice finish. So 1-0 people, 1-0. Let me put 1-0 Canada.
Yep, 1 nil for Canada. Updating the
Vagabond
ticker.
can, 1-0 Canada.
That's a
Canada.
good pass.
My browser lost connection.
You like to see your vets show up there. So that's 1 nil for Canada. Cayman have been defending. Canada have been missing. And we continue to go on from there. Perfect.
Yes, this is my browser lost connection. I don't know. People, remember if you're coming, please do hit the like button, share, and subscribe. All right. So Canada again break
Yes.
side. He's gonna decide he needs to beat him 3 times. I think he's definite overdoing it now, and he's going in the ballpark of the number 7 of Jamaica. Yes,
Which player are you talking about?
just the same as Jamaica. A wonderful scrape pass here. Oh, colorful. Um, what 16 minutes? Okay, let me stop touch the card. 16 minutes.
Was sent out, but maybe Cayman can build out on this, but no. Bought off. There we go, Stephen Kapoor. Hamilton zone. Stephen Kapoor. I see you out there.
Control, look for the pass. Stop, just drop your shoulder. Yes, you're beating the players. Them one, you beat everybody. Just put it across now. Oh my God, Africans. What is wrong with this dude? He's good,
Gotta
but come on. He's a show off at this point.
welcome to U17 footy. We got to show you what we got. We're
Oh,
spamming
okay,
the.
okay. The guy just keep dropping his shoulder. And because it's a bad pass, I think, for the final one. Let me look at it.
It's not a. It's.
It's
I
not a bad
see what you.
pass.
Yeah, I see what he's trying to do, but still, he should
Poor,
have squared it
poor
more
year
versus going across.
from Cayman, and it's Canada again. Got brought no referee. You got to give it as a penalty, no ref, man. Come, it's like he's not calling foul for Canada.
Listen, this
Over the
ref
top
has
here, Canada coming back again. Let's see. He's trying to play it on the penalty spot. Put it back on the penalty spot. Good defending here from Cayman. Poor touch here from Canada, and this could be a counter. Oh no, not in a million years.
could be isn't what will be.
I want to see the penalty show just a while ago.
No, I agree, but that ref
Yeah,
was not.
not calling any foul.
These refs apparently don't believe in.
All right. Just push it through the middle. Bro, you have some square short angles. You can't go. Yes, one just reset it. And number 5, you need to do more.
Mm.
Stop giving it to that number 15. Give him a little break. All right. You put it inside. Yeah. All right. Why you don't turn? All right. Yes. Go down the byline and just whip it in. Because Cayman is not moving over the top here.
No, they're
Cayman
not.
get the first touch. Second ball went to Cayman, but good defending here from up the pitch, Canada. Wonderful turn here. Good strength here from Canada. This is problem for the Cayman here because he can't be pushed off the ball in that big guy. So strong. Number 10, right?
Yeah, Van. Yeah, he's a big one, but I want to see him like he's someone I want to see him dip and get past because I think he's got the strength to do it. But let's see what
Mm-hmm.
happens with that. Get me to
Yeah,
5.
but remember he's working off scraps. It's not like they gave him
Yeah,
anything.
no,
So
true.
when they start to work things for him, he's gonna get more goals because he can't be pushed off. So that means for Jamaica, the big striker, if he has the technical ability like this guy or anything close, maybe he can just work the channel properly and get goals
Yeah,
on this team.
no, agreed.
All right, come on,
Well,
Canada, you need to open the floodgates. Or take your chances. All right. Canada works it to the right hand side. And a super terrible pass there. The passing from Edwin, very poor, man. Very
yeah,
poor.
it's game 1. It's a white kits. It's maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know, but I always blame the white shirts. But anyways, no, they're growing into this. Like I said, I want them to grow in. So by
Poor
third,
pass. Canada puts it back inside the box. First touch is missing, and it's 2-0. You can't give the big dog, Van Parker, nothing like that. That's very easy. So 2-0, 2-0, easy peasy. Where is what they call him?
vagabond, vagabond.
Vagabond. Vagabond, boy, leave football alone, Vagabond. This is foolishness. 2-0 Canada. And it scraps the guy working off. Oh, no, they don't work something for him. So I think he's going to score 7 goals in this game, Africans. Like 6 goals in the same game. Because they have to work for something. Just put the ball on the penalty spot and he taps them in. Because his movement is very good. His strength and his controlling is very good.
Yeah.
So let's give the ball to him. Because Canada have yet to score the chances that they have created in this one.
Yeah.
And
No,
they are
agreed.
2-0 up. Through in
Yeah, this is
here.
just yeah. Ooh. Well,
All right.
that's a
Another
terrible goal
last
to
cause
concede
here from
regardless.
another last cause there from Cayman. Cayman looks directionless. Good press here from Canada. Cayman continues, resets. Referee said continue play, but Cayman stopped it, and they're gonna get the free kick deep in their one half. But nothing ain't impressive with Cayman here, to be honest.
No.
All right, Cayman goes over the top, and that's outside for a throw in. So we have Canada, 24 minutes in. Just will reset their play. Edwin need to do a little bit more because he has so much space. So just work the space, take more. You're not even taking risk because the space is empty. So you're just do more with the space that you have. Stop, resets it back
Yeah.
to Stefan. So Stefan looks like the leader to me. So you just deferring back to him. Wonderful. Play to all right, nice. Do a nice. Put it inside. That's all we ask for. Yes, just put it inside. Oh God, he knocked him out. Oh, what?
I have no words. I have no words.
He knocked him out. Yes, he just body checked him. Okay. Oh God.
It was shoulder. The Winter Olympics are on. Hockey, you got to show that you got the shoulder. He drops the shoulder into him. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
over the top.
Soft.
Flick on first ball.
He was very polite though, and asking him, "Okay, do you need help up? Sorry about that."
Yeah, he's not tough in it, you know?
Oh, there's a degree where you can't. It's like no, my pride won't let me do this, but I appreciate the sportsmanship. Now this ref is like, I gotta start equaling some calls here. Like, do you though? Do you really?
Yes, Canada is good. Devonport, how are you doing? Canada breaking now. All right. Keeper comes out and play the ball. He connected a pass, so that's not bad. Canada pressing high at the pitch. Reset here for Cayman. Cayman has no space back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper, wonderful decision there from the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper passed it back. It's empty now, and he can't keep it inside. Come on, man. You have a lot of time on the ball. The minute Canada realize that they have so much time on the ball, it's better for them.
Yeah,
Every time you touch the ball, you have more time on the ball. Stop pushing it. Stop rushing the work. All right, throw in here, Cayman. Good hold up here. Referee helping. No, I think the referee helping the game look slightly balanced. You know,
you can only balance it so
that ain't
long.
no foul.
You can only balance it for so long.
He literally held the guy's shorts and he got the foul.
Listen, shorts exchange, shirts exchange. Like what? I don't know what's 2026 is, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry about that, Africans.
no, all good, all good. I can keep it following. All right, so got another free kick. Canada coming here. Cayman, Cayman Islands are like, what do you want us to do? And we're like, do
Over the top
something.
here to the keeper. Keeper comes and it's a corner. Almost a one goal. Yeah, Cayman ain't ready at all. It looks like that guy really came from Cayman Africans. And the
No,
vagabond really came from Cayman for him to believe that.
Cayman squad is 99% Cayman. All off the island, all off the rock.
Yeah, that's not possible. I wonder if it's my brethren. Because I have a brethren that's working on football in Cayman here. But why sorry, my brethren, you know? You know.
All right, get us to three. Come on.
Whipping, poor cross. Very poor cross. But it's back to Canada. Just move the ball around faster, man. Move the ball around faster. Oh, so they had gotten a yellow card. Jack,
Yeah.
that's a yellow card.
Yes. That was the card that just came. Or the foul that just came
Wonderful.
there.
Nice, nice. Square pass, yes. Keep it together and just whip it in. And that's poor because it went outside. They said it never went outside. Okay. Thought that went outside still, but you said continue playing. Well, Devon, what you made of the game today for Jamaica? You like it? True pass should have made it here. Think this is a little bit too hard, and the keeper came and claim it. Good work from Cayman's keeper to read that because extra step slow and the forward would have been onto it.
Yep. It's a good idea, but that's the best idea. I need a little bit more in that middle though. I need that midfield to start really dictating this game.
31 minutes, 2-0
Yeah.
still. We're getting our 10 yesterday. And Mexico still started off a little bit slow with the finishing.
Yeah.
And then
Eloy.
once it starts, Mexico in 3-0 up for the first half, and then early in the second half, and then the goals start flowing.
Yeah.
I am surprised. I didn't expect this dominance from Canada when I heard at JD say Canada does not perform at worldwide level. They don't listen well, worldwide level. This looks like worldwide level. This looks like worldwide level. This is CONCACAF. You don't listen well. I'm talking about Canada don't perform on the World Cups. Africans agree with me. What is the problem? You're looking fights, eh? Because I call out Trinidad not being good.
Can't have peace anywhere, can we?
Oh, I it's not me, Africans. It's him. You know, because I said the Trinidad never
Oof.
won in the game. It's
Yeah.
you. I don't know what calculator made a bet on Trinidad, and then I had to answer. Over the top here. Yeah. Game getting a little bit scrappy.
Well, it's been scrappy the whole time. I think Cayman has come with some hard fouls, but then Canada are both obliging. I mean that body check near the end was just like, hey, we're here, but also apologies. And so I think it's going to be a scrappy game, but it's going to be a scrappy big game probably.
Yeah, still
And
10. I'm not moving off my 10. Yesterday
yeah,
I got two good predictions behind the scenes, but I'm still claiming credit because Jason was there, so I still have to take my credit. Add it to my tally.
you had one witness,
But
so it
Jason might be
counts.
coming here wanting to steal some victory, steal some predictions as well. Wonderful 1-2. Just lay it off, man. Why are you kicking the ball so hard? No space. Just work it out. There's no space. All right.
Yeah, you
All
didn't
right. Put
need.
it on target. Poor. Yo. Yeah, Canada, maybe the breeze affecting them or something, but this number 15, goddamn, man. Trinidad is meeting the expectations. So the bad feeling here. Okay. A break here again for Canada. Good tackle. Cayman, but it's back. Canada pressing yet again. Don't take the shot. Don't take the shot because it's the number. It's the defender. Work it around. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Put it back inside now. Look for the pass. The pass is there, but the heavy hitting, the heavy pass is a problem. Africans, you don't think these weights are too high
No,
hard?
they're not. They're not. Yeah, they aren't weighing them well, and so you're leaving them where it's almost as if they need to realize they have more time to measure what they're doing. Like you were saying, like realize you have time on the ball and then move. But I think some of the physicality is probably getting to them, and so they're speeding up a
Okay,
little bit
yeah,
faster, right?
and that's based on the ref allowing Cayman to
Yeah,
just try something.
right. The ref is responsible for how this game is going to be played, and if he's saying this is how the game is going to be played, then the players are going to react accordingly. So I'm not upset per se. If this
To
is
the box
if this is
stick.
how the game is, then look, I
No,
should be
it's
able to take someone's
impossible.
shoe in 2 minutes. No
It's
foul.
impossible. Good recovery here. Cayman just running, wasting their time,
Yeah.
playing as wild as possible. God damn. Two pass here.
St-
Oh, number 15, please. You're making some bad decisions at this point. Wonderful square pass. That's what you're looking for. That one that was blocked, but that's what you're
yeah.
looking for. Just do it a lot more without even turning your head because they're not seeing that you're going to do it.
Oh,
Wonderful.
agreed.
1-2 here. Okay, a break here coming for Cayman. Okay. And kind of recovered so fast. No, they're stretched. No, they're stretched. And you play
Now
a
go.
poor pass.
The life I live.
Yeah, continue. No foul. Move the ball, man. And call out players. All right. 36 minutes, people, in the game. Canada still 2-0.
Yep.
The creativity kind of dropped off.
They just don't. They're
All right, one
missing.
on one. Number 15.
Yeah.
Resets. On the rise, you have not missed anything. I think Canada missed a few chances. Canada inside the box now cuts in, try to lay it off. They are just making every decision. Like everyone, like every time they have to make a decision, they make the worst one out of the two. Just a while ago, you should have just shoot it. Try to put it in onto two players. You know, it never made it much sense right there. So once they do get it together, I think it's gonna easy well finish the 10. But I don't think
Yeah.
Cayman can help themselves. We flick onto it into the box stick and it went over the bar. Another poor finish there from Canada. They're gonna get it together soon. I think they're gonna still go 4-0 up in this first half. So two more to go. They have like what 7 more minutes plus extra time to go. Yes, I think that 4-0. And then second half they will reconstruct the Cayman people. You know. All right, all right, nice work there, Cayman. They're fighting. All right, nice referee. Guys, remember to smash the like button once you come in and subscribe to the platform. All right,
Yeah.
Cayman is down. All right, so Canada will try to press. Cayman tried to play out back to the keeper. Keeper played a poor pass. First bounce goes back to Cayman. So it kind of helped Cayman. Referee, what you're gonna call a what offside or a free kick back to Canada. So he's gonna pull back the play. So it's free kick Canada, 39 minutes in. Come on, Canada, don't let we know. We need the intensity going. Okay, that was a foul.
Yet here we are. Yet here we
You
are.
push it wide, the guy is there. Why you reset it back into traffic? Yeah, good work, Cayman. Press a little bit more, man, so we can get a little bit more space. Work it inside. It's wonderful control. Wonderful inside and poor control again. And Cayman will survive a poor display from the Canadians. 40 minutes, but 4 goals can make it up. Good press here from Canada. Cayman trying to see out the ball, but I think it's going to be a corner anyway. It has to be a corner referee. The referee says a goal kick. And the ball is back to Canada as usual.
As it is. I mean, it's flowing quite nicely.
All right, so wonderful screen. That's nice. Run to this way. Why you never run? All right. Oh boy, touched the ball. Poor control for him today. Right. Oh, Jesus Christ. How much shot they do have now? How much terrible misses in this game so far? Let me check. Let me check. Let me check with the misses them because
This is
How much shot they
this is the
have so
type of
far?
game where I'm like, hey,
All right, so attack 11 shots. So 11 shots and around six of them are actual bad misses. So 11 shots.
yeah,
The shots are
one
less than
crossbar and
what I
then
thought.
yeah.
Clearance here, Cayman, and it's back to Canada. Bruh, they can't do anything. Just work it a little bit faster. Play it down, don't play it down. Yes. Turn. Yes. The overlapping run. All right. Nobody followed him. Play it inside. Flick on. So why so much? All right, good come keeper. 2-0, 2-0.
Yep. Two
Canada.
0 is the score for Canada.
But Canada
Yeah.
wasting a lot of chances.
Very wasteful.
Okay, referee's gonna give a free kick there.
Good claim. Good claim. I'm not like I don't. It's typical. I don't hate this half, but it's the half where I have to be angry that they're only up 2-0, and against a team that's better, have they shown anything? Oh, okay, okay. Well, congratulations to them. Ah, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, so we're moving the ball still. A few more minutes in the first half. We'll see what we have for additional time. But Canada's still trying to break wide, but not finally lay it off, but nothing. They're just not they're not dominant in any position. And so you'd hope that they can be more dominant within in the middle. This is where you need room, like Eloy and then Nico. Like you need your 8 and your 6 to do something. Because that's where the game is really going to turn for them. But as it stands, still 2-0 for Canada. And they're moving as we go. Adjust the seat here. Another poor pass, throw in coming for Canada in the attacking half. There we go, 15 with the ball. Looking Benton, looking, built back out to the left, built out, looking for a pass. Good pass in the middle, but couldn't control it too much, not enough weight on it. Ball played out, held up, came out looking to break down the left hand side, lays the ball out, and dealt with by Canada. And they're going to start their build up all over again. Stretch, I'll get you. As Canada's ball. They weren't terrible. As an outsider, I'd say this. I think this is one of their better performances, but I think Jamaica, there's still a lot on the bone that they could leave. So I think there's room for improvement for what they could do, and we'll have to see what they're able to do. But I think they weren't bad, but they weren't dominant, is how I would describe them. So I think there's definitely space where they could grow. There's definitely space where they can improve. I think the scoreline is will be a little flattering for a 3-1. I think they left a lot of potential on the pitch there. But I think, hey, for game one, you got your 3 points. And I think for that, that's what you'd want from them. So not the worst game. They weren't the worst, like I said, but then they weren't dominant either. So I think they could improve. Aruba definitely were better defensively blocking shots, and I think when Aruba got into the attacking thirds, they were very dangerous. So I'd say Jamaica definitely have room to improve, but based after watching them in multiple U17s, this is probably the one of the more composed they looked. I think they look good defensively. I think ultimately it's just a matter of them having to have more of the, I said it earlier, just making the simple pass is what they need, or the simple decision could lead to the best result. And as we're watching this Canada game, I think that's one thing that we're Canada struggling with again. That's just U17s as we look. But that's what I would say overall. No problem, no problem. All right, so we have Canada again building out. Got Eloy pointing the ball out wide. Vampire put off. Are we getting a foul called? Nothing. No, a goal kick. We don't know how much minutes of additional time we're getting here, but the game goes on. Canada, happy to be up 2-0, but I'd say still not looking the part here. It's going to sound very similar to what we were saying about Jamaica, but I think Canada right now looking the better of the two. But midfield is what I would say. There we go. Bad pass again. Put out wide, and Cayman recovering for the throw. JD, you back?
Yes, I'm just back because my computer froze. Don't know exactly what took place. Yes, I had to
Yeah,
restart it. Yeah, so it finished 2-0 first off.
2-0. It finished first half. Yes, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. Let's zoom out and take a look at what we got here. So halftime is what it is. Going to the stats, you got basically 70-30 possession, dual rates 55-45, aerial duels are 50-50, four interceptions, one offsides, four corner kicks are what you have in terms of distribution. Passes, more passes for Canada. Canada's on the black here versus Cayman, who are the gold, and Coach here following along. Accuracy 85%. It doesn't feel like that for Canada. It feels like they're way lower on the passing accuracy to me. That's just because nothing's ending to a goal. 17 crosses, two goals. This is where I'm going to start to get on my criticism of them. Yes, it's U17 and they're going to continue to improve. I get that. Goals to 14 shots, three on target. That to me is the stat. If I'm going to be critical of Canada, and I am, 14 shots. If that's a 14 and 7, 14 and 10, 14 and 8, I'm fine with that. It just shows you're just not hitting anything. If you have three shots on target,
Chorus,
yeah.
Canada ain't. You mean Cayman ain't good at all. Canada just playing bad in the first half.
Hmm.
Especially I would say number 15. I thought that he's making the game difficult for the team. The
Hmm.
movements. So and then I would say the number 2 from the back, he should do a little bit more. He kind of defer back to number 5 a
Yeah,
lot too much for me. So the fluidity ain't there. And I think they don't have anything coming back. And sometimes it can be a little bit more challenging. Early on, Aruba was coming forward chorus and passing through Jamaica. This team ain't passing through no Canada. They ain't doing
yeah.
nothing at all. They're just giving back Canada the ball to reset.
Hmm.
You go ahead. Sorry
And
about that.
no, no problem, no problem. And I think that's where I think offensively, it doesn't look like there's a lot of ideas other than getting the ball out wide. And when they finally get it in the middle, it could work. And I think that's where, if I will be again still being critical for Canada, you need more creativity. The team has told you, hey, we are gonna defend. At first, it was we're gonna go high line and see what you do. Canada start going over the top to not much success, but it pushed them back. Now that it's here, now that you're in a low block type of a game, it's your midfield, right? Eloy, Nico Wood, 6 and 8 for Canada. Those are the players I'm looking at and saying, hey, make life easier for Van Parker. Make life easier for your players out wide. Make life easier for your overlaps. put pressure on them and force them, and then when they have to vacate space, then take up that space, manipulate the space that way. Then you can put 1-2s, then you're moving, then it's 1v1s with the keepers because 14 shots and only 3 on target for Canada. That's problematic where Cayman Islands have had 1 shot and 1 shot on target. And I'm like, be better than that. You have to be better than that overall. There is the 1 yellow card that Cayman Island got. That's for Levi Jack. He got there. The other thing of note in this game is that Alain Louis Ma had to leave. So Silas, he's playing in the room. I'm not going to try that. I'm just not going to try that. But Silas came in for Alain Louis Ma. And so hoping that it's not a long term injury for him, but how he wasn't to be able to put weight on it. I think early she'll see him is probably the Sunday, not the Tuesday game. Um, or realistically, his tournament may be done, but we'll have to wait and see. But JD, for you, what did you see in this first half? Do you want me to pull anything up for you for stats here? What do you see in this first half, Canada versus Cayman Islands?
Yeah, we expect the type of dominance from Canada. They got it, but maybe they got it without have to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the difference because now that's why you have a low block, so low. And Canada tend to not struggling to draw them out for one. And also when they do be on top of the 18, I think they are not playing more square passes and they are over hitting the passes with too much weight. Don't know if
Yeah.
it's the breeze is the problem, but that's a big problem as well. The weight of the balls going too fast, and big players can't catch up to them. So they have to sharpen. Once they sharpen up that, like the weight of the ball, just sharpen up the weight of the ball, and they score 10 goals in the second
Yeah.
half. Same way, 10 goals. Just the weight of the pass, because some of them the slip coverages look solid, but just the weight of it. Let the guy run onto it. The brain of the Cayman player ain't clicking as fast for him to switch back around so fast and recover. He's not going to recover. You just need to stop trying to get it to the final byline for him to whip it
Mm-hmm.
in because this Cayman guy not reading that ball none at all. So just tip it in and just let the guy move. So just pass and move and less weight.
No, I think that's fair. Better passing because again, look at that. The stats say 85% passing for Canada. It does not feel that way. It does
Yes,
not feel like they've been 85 accurate, right? And I think that's where you want them to improve. That's where you want them to be, and that's where I'm going at the midfield. I think they can dictate more. You always want to reset in these types of situations and find spaces, but this is where I think for the midfield for Canada, that's where we'd like to see those players even just be more demanding of the ball and saying, let us try and let us try to build something here. So I want them to demand the ball a little bit more. This game is a replica of what it would look like on March 22nd at Wembley. Okay.
I think he's just looking at attention at this point
It's
because
like,
he's talking about Manchester City versus Arsenal. A
oh,
team that barely can win games, sensible, and rely on so much set pieces and own goals. Yeah, he's going to dominate Manchester City. And
I,
believe me, make sure you click this in because when the time comes, the embarrassment, he's going to hide.
JD, I'm a Wolves fan. I don't know what wins are.
Yeah,
So
but
tell
Wolves
me more about
dominated
them.
Arsenal as well, and just gave them back a goal via the own goal
Yes.
brother rule.
That don't listen. I had joy in my heart for that day, and then just for us to give it away so freely, like how Christian like of us. Who knew? But still 2-0 for Canada over the Cayman Islands. That is the score as it stands. If the game stayed that way, the rankings would be Jamaica on top with a +3, Canada with +2, and then Cayman Islands with -2, and then Aruba with -3. As it stands, but we have another 45 minutes to go, and I don't think we are only scoring 2 goals here.
No,
So
no, no. You can't get so much. The chances are not going to dry up in the second half. You have to just finish your chances. So at worst, you're
yes.
going to finish 2 more chances, which
Mhm.
but I think it's going to be over 7. I'm sticking with the 10. I'm not changing my prediction because I know
Yeah.
the 10 will be coming.
Mhm. True, true. For the let's listen, we live in the life. We're living the life. Nelson, good to see you, big guy. But we live in life. Ah, the rule change. I see you there. But yeah, Van Parker with 2 goals here. Striker for Canada. What have you liked from him in this first half, JD? And what do you think, outside of demanding them getting him more touches? What have you liked about his movement? What have you liked about what he's
well,
done?
well, we got to start from if the guy is scoring without to give him the ball, why not try to give him the ball? You know, because he's bigger, stronger, and he seems to have a eye for goals. So just give him the ball.
Yeah.
You know, just give him the ball. You know, it's not hard either. Africans, it's not hard
No,
because
just
he's there waiting for the ball. Just give him the ball.
well, but
Yeah,
that's
but
where I'm
I,
saying,
I
yeah,
really like it because I think he
yeah,
makes it simple. He gets into the positions and and force his body and make himself as big as possible and just waiting for the channel passes to come through. And they kept trying to reset back from the number
yeah,
2 to the number 5, and then the
yeah.
number 15 reset back to number 5. I think too
Mhm.
much resets. It's not necessary. He's bigger and stronger. Give him the ball. He's going to
No, for
open
sure.
something, and then maybe someone else will get a tap in.
No, yeah. Stephen Kapoor right now for Canada, who is their captain and their mid center back, he has 66 touches. And on the flip side,
Makes
Van
perfect
Parker
sense.
has 19. Like he barely has more touches than the goalkeeper. And I think that's a problem. But that's where you look at Eloy Brenton. That's where you look at Nico Wood. For that many touches, that has to, if these touches go up for Wood and Brenton, you're hoping then that starts to play into both Parker and then as well as a Coco, because I think a Coco needs a few more touches moving forward from there. But that's what I would say, and that's why I said again, midfield is where I think you have to. That's where this game has to change for Canada, and it's Nico Wood and Lloyd Brenton. Those two players have to really push. Vincent hasn't done too much because he hasn't been given the opportunity to do too much. But Wood and Brenton, those two players, I think those are what you need to open up this game. And if they're going to play low
Yeah.
block, that's where you need that. Or have Vincent drop a little deeper, have him be the connector to Van, and then have Van just continue to say, hey, on frame, on frame, on frame. That's what I would say for that. But
And
you still feeling
maybe
good with your
maybe
plus? Yeah, go
try
on, go on.
try longer shots as well. Like try shots directly from around the
Mhm.
18. Like because you're still in control. That's what I like about them. They're still in control. Like their body, but they don't look at they're struggling to get over the ball to have control of the ball. So with that said, they
No,
can
agree.
take shots from longer ranges and as well. So maybe they need to mix things up. So it gives them something to think about.
No, yeah, because if you make them again, make them defend more than just them knowing you're going to try to go wide and then clogging up the middle. So if you make them step up and defend a bit, everyone gets to be Rudiger today, right? Everyone gets to be, let me try to score from 40 yards or 30 yards or 35 yards. That should open up the game for them as well. That's what I would hope for as well. You still feeling good with your +8 goal win today?
Yes, I'm not coming off by goals them because I know that that big striker will open it up and he's gonna get 2 more at least, and once that it starts to happen they're gonna just try to get something back, and because they want to come and fight. So I just
Mhm.
expect the floodgates gonna open at some point and they're gonna get bashed in their head tops, you know.
It's a type of game that I think the more this game opens up, the more Canada are better suited for that. They want to play in that transition because they feel that they can play better there. I don't know if I trust their square passes right now. Again, it's your decision making. But if they realize that they're giving them space and just settle a little bit, I think they can make a little bit more hay for what they've been
Yeah.
given. Totally agree there.
So how much you're going with? 6 you're going with? I think you're gonna be more reserved and say 6.
Yeah, I'll be more reserved and say 6.5. So I'll go 7.
7. Okay, all right, fair. Guys, how much you looking at? How much you guys looking at? In the chat, and if you're just coming in, get the likes up. All right, get the likes up so we can get the visibility. You guys want the content. We are here talking it and doing it. So get the likes up and support the platform. So you know that once you're like Africans live, you just make sure you're on and join the discussion. Yeah.
Mhm.
1 second, 1 second, Africans.
No, no, we got you, got you. But yeah, it looks like there are players coming back onto the pitch. As we stand, I'll scroll up to see if we got any changes officially coming down. Nothing as of yet, but we'll blow that up for you guys to take a look on right now as we see. So again, we had one substitution due to injury that came in earlier in the game, and anyway, might had to come off. Looks like his game is done, and I would think based off what it could be, um, earliest we're hoping for will be at the final game versus Jamaica, but realistically, his tournament may be over. But that's just speculation. We'll kind of see how that goes from there. Canada right now back on the pitch. Do we have any substitutions to speak of? Nothing showing as of yet. But we'll keep you up to date with what could be coming. So there we go for you. Good times were had by all. So as we sit here taking a look, switching ends here as we get going. Ends are switching. And second half is underway as we go. I am a little bit behind you guys here, so we'll try to catch up as much as we can here, but we'll keep you abridged for what we got. Canada moving on your screen from right to left. Cayman defending and attacking from left to right as we go. And we got Canada on the ball, building back to Kapoor. Kapoor going out to Says. Silas shipped over back in the middle, but intercepted, but built up, and now, but throw in for Cayman Islands. No changes, JD. No changes.
No changes. No changes. Okay. Well, the instruction should change then, like from specific persons on the field.
Yep.
So let's see if we can see some improvements there, especially number 2 and number 15. See if they're gonna be more assertive at points.
Deep throw for Cayman, intercepted by Canada, but then cleared. And looks like we're going to reset here for Canada from the back. Plundo moving. There we go. Silas with the ball out. Back to Stephen Kapoor. He's looking. Moving out to the right. Edwin back to Stephen Kapoor, but goes across. Silas. Silas looking, imploring for some movement. We get some movement finally, but has fought off. Put back in the middle. Stephen Kapoor with the ball again. Moving it inside. Looking for outlets, and this time over the top, but too much weight on it, and claimed by the keeper. Claimed by the keeper. So, we do have one. Jair Willis coming in for Isaiah McCain, and that's for Cayman Islands. So that is the one switch for the Cayman Islands. So a 10 for a 6 by numbers. We'll see what happens with it. Canada now on the right side, chipped over the top, and we're going to get a goal kick. A goal kick coming here for Canada. Still 2-0, starting in the second half. Canada still with Gabriel Baldo, with Quinton out wide. It's a 5-4-1 as it may look, but then Van Parker is your lone 9 or lone striker as we go. Ball played back in. We're looking for build-up opportunities, and this is where they need. Cayman Islands is very solid in their 5-4-1, not giving much of space. But here we go. Ball put through, nicely weighted, played back in the inside, but the ball is out. Too heavy of a touch. Too heavy a touch by Eloy Brenton, but a good idea. You need more passes like that and then squaring them off. I think that should open things up very well. But just too heavy of a touch, just couldn't put it in time. And ball goes out, and that's where it is. Stephen Kapoor winning the ball, turning, looking, and here we go. Canada building up again from the back. Silas looking, chips it up. Van Parker with the heavy touch, but back out wide. Cayman Island now far pushed deep into the low block. They are tries to go around them, but cannot. Now we're back. Ball.
I'm coming here, African, so I'm going to just
Ye-
run and complete it something.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll be here. So deep throwing for the Cayman Islands, still 2-0 for Canada, but a lot better, looking a little bit better in terms of the ideas that they have. You can see the wind is definitely going cross. But here comes Canada now. Bad shipped over, but try to find Van, but looks like going to keep going. Played out, but still in, bounces back in. The camera just wants to have fun, it seems. Canada winning the ball back. We'll see what they're able to do here. Back to Stephen Kapoor. Kapoor looking and building. Cayman are just now dropping into the low block here. 5-4-1. Seeing what they can do. Chipped into the middle. Van Parker with the good hold up. Put out wide. Put across. And side of the netting. Looks like we are going for a corner. It is deflected. It is deflected. And Vincent Lorenzo looks like he's a little bit shaken up, but looks like he can get. Nope, he does not roll up. But that's some good play. I think Canada's figuring out the passing here in this second half a lot better, shipping it over two layers of the block, and we'll see this replay here. Put on. Oh, that's tough. I could see how if there was VAR, that could have maybe looked at it, but I don't think it would have been given as a penalty. It's a tough tackle. It looks a lot worse based off of how the player's going. But we got Van Parker having a conversation with the referee as we hear. But we are sitting here still 2-0, getting ready after some talking to. We'll have the corner kick coming up. A talking to from Van Parker from the referee. And we'll see what's happening. But he looks like we're going to have another substitution coming off. So the second story of this Canada game is just injuries. Right? Alain Louima having to come off in the first half, few moments in, and now in the second half, Vincent Lorenzo looks like he may have to come off. Actually, it may not be Vincent Lorenzo. It's either 18 or 13. Let me get you that number here. If it's 18, it's Connor Rickard. If it's 13, it's Vincent Lorenzo. So we'll see who that player is once they are able to get up. But the free kick, the corner was taken, was dealt with. And now we have a deep throw for Canada in the Cayman attacking zone. Now here's the throw. You can see it get held up in the air, cleared back out, and another throw in for Canada. Another throw coming in for Canada. Here we go. Deep in the Cayman zone. We're about 6 minutes into the first half. But we're waiting for the player to get cleared here. So it looks like Canada has to make another early substitution earlier than what they wanted to do. But now we have number 17. So Xavier Laroche coming in for Connor Rickard. It was 18. So Laroche coming in for Connor Rickard and then Alain Louima off as well. That's two injuries where the players aren't able to put any weight on the injured leg. That's very concerning. And we're hoping for speedy recoveries, but that is a bit of a concern based off of that's two injuries, two lower body injuries against the Cayman Islands. So if you're Jamaican watching this, I'd say watch your ankles because apparently, the legs are free and tries to cross, but just way too ambitious to say the least. Goal kick coming for the Cayman Islands. And that's where we are. 53rd minute is where I am on this. Ball hits the camera. Cool. Anyways, but a free kick now coming for the Cayman Islands. Looks like they're sending everyone from about halfway, poorly given. And now the counter is on for Canada. And the ball's put out wide. Here we go. 14 making some movements. Okoko putting in, puts it wide, but it's blocked. Ball is blocked, and we have another corner coming for Canada. So what feels like corner number, extreme number. Canada with another corner set piece coming up. Can they convert? Can they get to three? Good turn, turns it, puts it into the box, but not solid on the connecting, dealt by the keeper. Cayman Islands still defending well. 2-0 for Canada. And here we go. Building back up from the back, here we have Canada. Stephen Kapoor with the ball. Sends it out wide. And the buildup continues. Let's see if they send anything wide. They don't go out wide. Has to reverse his run. But now we have another player going out wide. We got Eloy Brenton creating some opportunities. We got Brenton with some space. Ball chipped in. Ball put across the net, but Van Parker can't guide it towards the net. We have another goal kick. Canada just struggling to get balls on the frame here, but creating opportunities. It's the right idea, but he can't guide it into the net, so it is still 2-0 with a throwing coming for Canada, for the Cayman Islands, building up, moving. Here we go. Cayman Islands trying to pass through the pressure, but turned over. Here comes Canada now down the middle, looking for an outlet. Ball is behind, but able to get to it, and we're going to get another corner kick. Cayman Islands are gladly giving the corner kicks and defending set pieces, trying to keep the number low. So this is, let's get the number here because this is a high number here. This is the eighth corner kick for Canada. As we take a look at this, eighth corner for Canada, ball out wide. Let's see what they're able to do with it. Here, they go short, they go around, chopped back, chipped in, and nothing. And we have another corner number 9. Shots on target and set pieces, and only 2 goals. Just don't have the goal scoring boots on them right now. Baby Rouge do not have the goal scoring boots or head on them right now. So corner set piece number 9. Now they're going to top corner, looking too heavy of a touch, chipped over but blocked. Cayman tries to chip it over but headed back in. Here we go. Brenton goes out wide. Can we chip it in? Curved again to no one, and another empty set piece. The amount of set pieces that they are giving, there's nothing. And now the Cayman Islands are building up from the back. Ball sent forward. Okoko tried to build, but held up. But it called for offsides. So Canada with a quick reset, trying to move the ball, seeing what they can build up. Now here we go. Can they create something with some pace? But Cayman are already all behind the ball. Xavier Laroche getting the ball back. Ball played out to Silas here. Laroche with the ball, looking, surveying, chips the ball in, but then blocked. Ball headed, but then dealt with. Canada with the ball and sent. Nothing. Out wide, placed inside. put in, and we have our third. We have our third. Canada scoring their third. There we go. Goal number 3. Finally, I think this one ball placed in the space, and then finally we got Benton finally getting out wide, and then we finally, like we said, Nico Wood with the goal. Nico Wood with the goal, placing it into the net. It's 3-3, 3-0 Canada. And Canada, hopefully this opens the floodgates for them. Nico Wood with the goal. So we'll update that. We'll update that. 60th minute or 59th minute. 3-0 for Canada. Does this open the floodgates? Sent goes near post. We almost had a quick turnaround goal there, but nothing. But looks like Canada is looking to be a little bit more adventurous and start pouring on the goals. But it is 3-0 for Canada. Nico Wood with the third. And turned over. Here, can Cayman hold up? Foul called. Free kick going for the Cayman Islands. 60th minute, 3-0 for Canada. And I feel that Canada may have loosened up this low block enough. We got a substitution coming in here, and we'll see who we're dealing with. Waiting to see if we have any substitutions coming. And we do have one for the Cayman Islands. The substitution is. Looks like it's 5 for 18. But I don't see a 5. So we'll wait to get the confirmation for who the players are who are coming on and off. All right, so Thomas Reese coming on for Rajan Booth, and then Jer McCoy coming off for Zephron or at Ibanks. Those are the two moves for them. We'll back to the action as we sit here. It is still Thomas Reese drawing a foul here for them. 3-0 is the goal score. Canada just struggling to get shots on frame here. And looks like Cayman Islands are going to go for the long set piece. They go long and wide. The ball's headed inside and cleared. A little dicey, but it is cleared. Xavier Laroche gets the ball, turns, ball goes out wide, and here we go. Xavier Laroche with the ball, looking to send, but a good tackle by Cayman, and they are on the break. They're on the counter right now. Numbers, but Canada swarming. Ball placed in the middle. The Cayman Islands looking to do something, but a little spell of possession for the Cayman Islands.
Okay. They got some real possession. Okay. Nice.
A little spell. A little spell. Lucas 1963, we see you. Yeah, Nico Wood is next up. Hey, there's always someone next up, and I'm looking forward to see what he can do. But a nice goal for him. Canada up 3-0, heading into the 60s of this game. There's definitely more goals available. Just about winning those second balls and attacking. Now here comes Canada. They send it over. Too deep for Xavier. Can't get to it. And now we're going to have either a deep throw or a goal kick. And it looks like it's a goal kick for the Cayman Islands. The wind definitely does carry it.
Oh, they just had 4 shots in the second half.
Yeah. And finally got one on target.
How do they look? They look a little bit different?
Their ideas are better. And so I think for them, but they have another substitution due to injury. All their subs have been injury
Oh,
based, and both couldn't put any pressure on their legs coming off. So I'm hoping they're okay, but I don't think they will be okay.
okay. But they need to get the score up. Can't reach the 10 if they don't score five. You know.
No, they cannot. But right
You
now,
just take a win at this point.
I want a five. I'll take five because I think five is definitely capable. But I think if they
Okay,
reach
this could
five
turn
by
out. This should be the
75,
six. Oh,
yeah,
poor shot, man. All right, five. All right. I still can't take nothing more than six, because I
I
would
can
say
get
that's a
that.
disappointment,
Yeah, I said like I ideally seven is what I wanted,
Yes, and
but
you're gonna get the seven. You're gonna get the seven. Just take one more for the floodgate to open, but they have to score in the next 5 minutes, though. A
agreed.
good break here coming down. Put it in early. Stop. Give them time to think. Number 15. I don't really like him. I don't think he's. He think he's a good player, but I don't think he's a good player.
I
You
think
know.
he's a quick player, and when you're that quick, you can beat everyone by dropping the shoulder.
And you rely on it too much,
Yeah,
and cost wonderful strength. No turn. You take the shot. Okay. Oh man, good work there. All right, just put it. Referee. At some point, you have to call your free kick now. Whip it across, man. Referee, that's not a penalty.
apparently not.
They're fighting though. They're fighting. They have only
No,
got
they
one
are.
one shot. They have not really done anything different. Let me see their numbers. General 30%. Oh, they're still at that little point.
Yeah,
Any other matches playing? Or this is the only match?
this is the only match that's playing right now. I think
Mm-hmm.
after let me pull up the games. After this, we have because we still have another group to get through. We have another two groups to get through
Yeah. So why Trinidad got so much games then?
because Trinidad has five in their group, so they
Wonderful
have to
script
play
passer.
one extra
Oh,
game to catch up. Because we still got Bermuda, Guyana, Curacao, Cuba, El Salvador, Belize, and then Turks and Caicos, and then okay, so yeah, there's just three more games left for today. Two start at in an hour or 30 minutes, and then the last one starts in about a little bit after that.
whip the ball in. Whip the ball in. Stop waiting, man. You guys are giving this average team too much time, man, and then you do some dumb crap like that. Just kick the ball instant. You have the ball, pass it. They're really they have not impressed me at all with the finishing. Their
No, they
movements, I
haven't.
knew that they had the movements. They look way better than Jamaica with movements, but that's not hard. But once Jamaica can kick a ball from long distance, they can still score. So this give me a little hope for Jamaica team, because if you're not finishing, that's where I kind of fear the Canadian. I expect them to be more precise breaking. But as you said, Jamaica might come forward a lot more than this team because this team ain't playing football. So it might look different. But,
Yeah, and
I'm
I think
still not
that's
impressed with their
yeah.
finishing.
And I think that's the thing, right? Because like the difficulty with again assessing one age group because
Hmm.
it's a full turn. It's not the same. It's not like we can turn around and be like, oh, here comes Kevin Kahn, or here comes Shola Jimo, or here comes who else. It's a whole new set minus one player. So you're happy that there's more time they spend with them, but the variance is going to have such is going to fluctuate so much. And so I think for that, take your chances with hope you don't have the U.S. or Canada or U.S. or Mexico. I don't think
Hmm.
anyone or Costa Rica really. I think one of these years, like one of the big names won't make it through, but it's probably going to be like a Costa Rica or a Canada or a Panama versus a Mexico or a United
Yes,
States.
I think it has to be with a different grouping. I Puerto Rico. I think this year Puerto Rico. I need to see more from the Jamaica team because I don't think the Jamaica team pass football good. So it's very hard. And Canada actually recovers fast enough. They're fast, naturally fast. So the
Yeah.
Jamaicans can't be just outrun them. Um, so that's why I am more inclined to say that Canada could beat Jamaica easier than Costa Rica beating Puerto Rico. I think Puerto Rico can actually upset Costa Rica easier than Jamaica upsetting Canada. I feel
Mm.
so.
Yeah, I think the style of play matters here and how they can play, right? Is that another
Hmm.
one? We have another.
Ease up again. Man. That's why
I
they need to
can't.
stop trying to go into the combat. Um,
Yeah.
you want to dribble the ball in the back of the net. You're at 6 yards, just past the ball, blood. You're gonna get some big tackles because these Cayman players are wild. Very
They're
strong.
they're, they're in for it. But it's been
They
that way
know
the
they
whole
can't
time.
score, so they're just firing kicks. Or put the ball in the box, man. Give the striker something to work with, man. Please stop fighting the striker. Wonderful work here. Yeah, with those across a little bit more, even if you don't get it, that's what you need to work on. Go forward. Yeah, that's what you need to work on. Much better from Canada, dear. That's what you needed to be doing from day one. If
Yeah.
you had done that from the start, you get 10 goals off this team easy.
Agreed. Agreed. Agreed.
But as you said, it's a first game, so they still have to work on things, and that's what I was looking for Jamaica as well. To work it around fast enough and look comfortable and work it to the striker. A break again coming for Canada, and they're inside. Yeah, okay, good tackling in the end. He's still on the ball. Are wonderful. Just put this. Okay, poor decision again. All right, Cayman showing some more life with some tackles.
Yeah. This has been their whole life. It's been tackles. There's no more
Well,
life
I
than
want.
this.
Let me check the defense. They might make more tackles than anybody else. 16 to 17 tackles according to them. Our clearance again from Cayman. Jesus Christ, Cayman really putting in 24 shots from. No, this can't be real. So all the shots them not on target. Damn,
No.
21
That's the
shots off target. That's bad.
yeah. No, that's accurate. And what, 11 corner kicks? 12 corner kicks?
All right, they're coming back. We have 20 minutes over the top here. There should be a flick on. Good defending again from Cayman. Referee's gonna call a foul or a free kick, I think, from an offside. Mhm. Okay, well, both Jamaica and Canada will not make my top seven. Yeah, need for a few more goals. So Cayman isn't that bad. Of course, Cayman is terrible. Of course, tackling alone can't win football matches. Cayman never came out here to win a game. All right. No, they are not lucky. They are terrible. Canada is not finishing
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not finishing. Period. I think they
I
are
think
creating the
yeah.
chances. They're just ain't finishing.
Final third
I
decision
think
making hasn't been the best.
yeah. So they have to improve their decision making going forward. Canada gets a yellow card. They are going to inject 3 more changes. So I think maybe that can change some things. Somebody that maybe wants to prove themselves to get into the
Yeah.
lineup. That could work. But you're desperate for me to give Cayman any credit. No, they ain't getting nothing. They work. It can work as much voodoo as they possibly want. The vagabond I don't see his comments anymore. Canada is so much better. If Cayman can keep this to 3 goals, the coach should be happy. Yeah, I think so. I think so. But the sad thing is, 20 more minutes left to play, and it's going to be more than 3 more goals.
Mm.
Because what I see now is the newer player them coming on and might want to be a little bit more. that trying to win a place. I think the other guys are
Yeah.
more comfortable. I hope they take the youth number 15 off. If they take number 15 off, they can get more goals. Wonderful through pass here.
Oh, this is. I thought he was getting. I just watched Kapoor just walk the ball up the pitch. I'm like, is he? Is this like they are not even no pressure whatsoever? This is low block footy.
Yeah, they ain't trying, man. They ain't trying. Well, this result to give a good chance of Jamaica to get 5 or 6 goals against them in that game when they have more games on their belt. Um, I think Aruba is much more difficult than this team. I still believe that Canada will beat Aruba worse than Jamaica because Canada moves the ball better and can go toe to toe with Aruba. So and it's their
Mhm.
second game. So I at this point it should be advantage Jamaica going into the final game to the game, But obviously Jamaica has to play the game. But I would say that Jamaica should possibly score more goals than this against them in the next game, and I think Canada will score more than Jamaica against Aruba as well.
Hmm.
But I think Jamaica might tip them in the end. So let's see, because it's going to be the final game. So let's see. But I think Jamaica should believe that they can go in with the better goal difference, in my opinion. I'm just thinking out loud, because I think they're not gonna come out so strong in the next game after this. So Jamaica should be able to take advantage of it.
I think they're going to win this game minus a collapse of African proportions, but I need their shots on target to get to double digits. Like
Yes,
this to
yes.
me is I make the goalie do something, please and thank you.
Yeah, man, it's bad. I know that you have 10 players inside the box, but goddamn. All right. Move the ball faster. Corey said, yes, it's about how much you can keep it in. Corey said, I will laugh. Yeah. Oh, what's up? What's up with what's up with these thugs from Cayman?
Look, they want the kit swaps now.
Okay, that's a card riff.
Shot not on target. Like, yeah,
25-1. This makes no sense. 14 more minutes to go. Canada needs to turn up with something. Oh, my Jamaica won again. 3-0.
3-0. So they need it'll be
Yeah, okay.
tied. They need a
Yeah.
goal at least at this point. Again, I'll take 5 at this point.
Yes, I think three supposed to still be possible, man. Just start shooting from range. All right. Cayman tried to score from range, kick the ball up and try to bully the Canadians, but that won't work. You need to put the same effort in actual playing football. Cayman people. All right. All right. Tough tackle here, referee.
That's multiple.
Referee. You need to stop these big wild bad
This
man, these
this
gunmen from Cayman. Sorry my language, but these bad men from Cayman need to get yellow carded. They are wild blood. Yeah, 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 man. That's a dirty tackle. That's a card, man. This need to stop, man. All right, Canada inside the box again. Good last ditch tackle there from what?
so now you can put it on frame, but when it doesn't count, like it's the white kits, JD. It's the white kits.
Ball hit the referee and referee. Um,
Yeah, and the And the greatest shot of the game, curled in beautifully, means nothing.
Poor clearance here from Cayman, but
Cayman.
we expect nothing from Cayman at all, nothing whatsoever, and they're just out there doing nothing. Wonderful. You want it? Continue. Pass the ball. Good defending there from Cayman and a good actual play. Cayman actually believe that they can take the Canadians.
Well, the refs let them.
All right, wonderful. Play the ball. Let go of the ball, man. Let go of the ball. The run is there. Let go of the ball. Let go of the ball, man. Make the ball move. Let go of the ball. Wonderful. Yes. Let go of the ball and continue moving the ball. You can't score on a team that will leave 11 in the box and you're not moving the ball.
Yeah.
Let go of the ball. Number 5, you don't need 700 touches of the game.
He's trying to get to 100. Let him get to his triple digits.
Put it, move a little bit faster. Wonderful. Look how fast you're going to score that goal. See, that's all. Put the ball over fast and that's it. Nothing else. Africans, they could have made 70 of those crosses in this game and didn't. Yeah,
I
that's simple.
agree.
Simple. Just put the ball over. Yeah, and he got a free header and could have put
Yeah.
it in the net. So you have to work on those things, man. Those are bread and butter finishes. So the thugs from Cayman rough up the Canadians, and
But
referee allowed it.
that's gonna be the frustrating thing because the next game, the next ref, is not gonna have it, and the ref will give
No,
Cayman
no, no,
like,
no.
"Oh, this is how this
Against Jamaica,
goes."
they're against Jamaica. They're gonna say it's rule football, Jarastafari.
It's
Just
never
rule some football,
consistent.
Jarastafari, and that's
My
it.
point is, it's never consistent.
All right, we have 9 more minutes to go, guys. Let's see how much the Canadians can get. It's ties so far, which we expected Cayman to be the worst team out of the two, and they are the worst team out of the two, 1,000%. But they are holding the Canadians the 3. Um, a mixture of both. Canada not really working the ball properly to me.
Yeah, Canada have held themselves to 3, to be very fair.
Yes, so surely they look better than Jamaica, by far. Don't get me wrong, but they don't look as how we expect the level for themselves. You understand me? So the
Yeah.
movements of the ball is very much better than what Jamaica produces, but the striking and the clear outline to want to score, I don't see it there. It's like they're trying to just build up through the tournament. Maybe that's a good way to think, but you can say that Jamaica was building up to the tournament through the tournament as well. You understand?
Yeah.
A wonderful through pass here. Just fire, fire. Why are you trying to take it past the guy? Just fire the damn ball, man. And stop reset when you get the ball. Why you need to reset and go back again between you two? What happened to the other 10 players on the field?
I just Can we get a shot on target, please? Just
Yeah, but it's not like
that.
they can get the shot on target. They just chose not to. He's trying to beat everybody. Just put the ball across. Nothing is hard. Put the ball across. That's it. Just put the ball across. Um, they are putting some urgency in now, so maybe they are going to get 2 goals. So 5-0 will be the final result. So a free kick here right around the edge of the
Oh,
box, Canada.
ref has cards. Ref has cards. Who? Look at that. The ref has cards. I never knew, JD. I never knew.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right, so make this count. Oh my God. So people, I think this group looks like, based on what Canada did today, maybe this group will come down to the wire on the final day. Both Jamaica and Canada has 6 points, goal difference, and our strategy will work. Because if Jamaica goes in with an advantage of the goal difference, then Canada has to come out and play a little bit more. And that is the only advantage I can give, or the only possible chance I think Jamaica score is literally on counters. So they got to go in with a goal difference, in my opinion, because I don't think they deal with the ball good enough. And Jason said they can play 80% better. I don't believe that, blood. You know,
Yeah.
free kick blocked. Good defending here. Good work there, Cayman. Cayman trying to hold up the ball. Puts it over the top. Recovery again too. I don't know. Cayman have 30% possession. How that even possible?
I think it defaults at 30 and just kind of says, okay,
Yeah,
that's
because they keep lying. This is not 30, man. 29. They claim that it's 29 now, 0.6. So the default is 29.
apparently.
Clearance against from Cayman. Back to Canada decided they're going to go long. First ball goes to Canada. Second ball goes to Canada. But a next slide tackle there. Referee is going to call a free kick. And Canada keep on making it easy. Oh, they decided he decided to keep his whistle. And I thought that was a free kick, for Cayman, and they didn't give it to them this time. Ref is so inconsistent.
I would say
You
he's been
need goal. You
consistent.
don't need time killing. Jesus Christ. JD, do you think Cayman would be competitive with Jamaica based on what we saw today? No, they ain't gonna be competitive with Jamaica. I think Jamaica might even score more, but Jamaica is not gonna handle the ball better. Here, they're just gonna blast the ball from 5,000 yards and 17 ricochet like Arsenal and 17 own goal and all of them stuff they happen. But it's not gonna look better. It's not gonna look better because they're not a better footballing team than Canada.
Yeah.
But I think you might get more goals, and that's the main thing that counts at this point, because the only thing I see Jamaica using is the advantage of having more goals going into the final game. No, they're just gonna kick shots. They're just gonna like Arsenal. Okay, like Arsenal, yes. I put the ball in. Why you keep on? What's up with this cute playing? Just with the ball across the other guys and waiting. And players down, tired, his legs done. They put a good shift in. They put
Yeah.
a good shift in. All right. Empty. Just work it wide. All right. Don't go to him. Put it in nice, wonderful. To box stick, you're empty. You can't control the ball. You don't deserve the score if you can't control the ball. Just control and put it in the goal. The goal is empty. You just need to control the ball, and you can't. Play the ball down. Oh my God, man, brother, just don't fire the ball. Put it to the box stick. All right. What are you doing? Oh my, this is the most confusing game. Africans, I don't think they want to score. I think they're playing for Cayman. I don't know what I'm watching.
I do. A team that hasn't shot the ball consistently on frame, a team that hasn't done the simple thing. Just get the four and get out, okay? Just get the four and get
Who is
out.
the man of the match? I want to say the referee.
I don't disagree with that statement, and I'm not even trying to complain.
All right, so Canada might get the fourth year. All right, good tackle again from Cayman. Be honest. Canada is, oh my God, this, the man them just can't just play a damn link up pass. It's like 95% of the time they just lay up the ball. He can't come through. You know? So the referee, I would say, referee is the man of the match. And Cayman really fought hard too. Let me give them some credit. They're a bunch of thugs. They're a bunch of thugs, but they did fight hard, you know. The thugs fought hard, you know. Yeah, and they're laughing like they're saying, "Yes, see what we do to the Canadians, them. What he did, bruh. You collect three." But we got to say Jamaica win the day today with those goals, you know.
At least they shot the doll on target. This is yo ref.
Referee, that has to
What
be
is
automatic a yellow card,
ref? Are you serious?
and that's a red card. No, that should be an automatic a red card. But the ref is just the worst. Where is he from?
Uh, you don't want me to answer that question.
Where is he from?
The ref,
Yeah.
JD. You don't want me to answer that question. He's not Jamaican.
Okay, thank you. Because if that was the case, that has to be, you know, you have to cancel this game. You know, he's from what? Trinidad,
One of the it's a Guyanese, Surinamese, something
Guyanese,
something.
Surinamese.
Yeah, those
Okay,
are two.
okay, Edson. Okay, who is the subs for Canada?
I'm putting them on for you. Give me a second, Blair. We have 4 minutes of additional time. So Blair, just to get you caught up, Silas came in the 6th minute for Canada after injury to Alain Louis Ma. He came off crouching, going to go. Xavier Laroche came on in the 53rd for Connor Rickard, also injury substitution. Then Tyler Brown for Eloy Brenton. Then Liam Torres for Van Parker. And then Giago Delgado for Quinton Belfon. Those are the 5 Canadian subs, Blair.
2 minutes left.
Just,
Canada look
just
like they're gonna drop 7 goals shorter than what I predicted. Overlapping run here for Canada. Decides that they're gonna keep it that way. He's gonna not put it across because believes that he's the biggest skiller, and some of these players should never be called back for Canada. You know?
best players are best age group, right?
Yeah. They're embarrassment, man. Because I don't know what he did just a while ago. More than try to skill. You know? So what's up with these kids trying to be dribblers, you know?
This is gonna like I'm telling you, I am
I
emotionally
can't.
preparing myself, JD. I'm emotionally preparing myself for like it's them.
Or accidentally they got inside and he still want to take so much touches. Oh my God. The ball accidentally go back to him and he still did pour it. So that means if you put the Canadian in front of the goal, they ain't scoring. You know,
What a goal. There's no reason.
you're referee, you can't call it up, man. Give the Cayman people some moral victory. They try hard, you know. And the keeper saves it. I think that should be the end of it. 3-0. All right, so that should be a wrap. Yes, that is a wrap. So let me turn it off.
Yep,
Um,
that is it.
yeah, that is it. So we can say that we got two disappointing performances from both teams, and to be honest, we will say that Canada moved the ball way better, but we expected that. That was not anything different. They dominated the thirds, but they were toothless in the final third, as what African said. They never got anything shot on target. Obviously, they refused to take certain shots. To be honest, I think they moved from good shots to bad shots. They try not to take them. So I would say that even though I don't think Jamaica is a better team than them, I think Jamaica should come off to say that they got an advantage because they have to play this team later. This team offers nothing going forward. The only thing they do is defend and while and put tackles on and all sorts of problem.
Mhm.
And Canada kind of softened them up for Jamaica. But you could say the same thing for Aruba, which I think is going to be a much more tougher match. Aruba than this team because Aruba is a better team. I think Aruba give this team 4 or 5 love just the same. So it's just
Yeah.
maybe Canada meet them on the first day. But the good. Let me give credit to Cayman. They are a bunch of thugs, and they did came out and fought hard. Yes, they are a bunch of thugs.
Really?
Yes, they
Anyways, for
bust
the
a lot of tackles.
turtles, the turtles of the Cayman Island. Yes, I found out about that. One of my good friends in secondary school was from Grand Cayman, so he told me all about the turtle farming and all the fun things there. No, I think this is what you wanted, and we've seen this before in competitions where you're trying to make it through. If there was a second place or a third place slot available, the strategy makes sense where you keep your goal difference low and you pick one team and you say, we need three here, right? And then we go that. You're going to see a lot of that this men's World Cup, where teams say keep the goal difference low, and then like Panama are saying keep the goal difference low, and Ghana, that's a team we need to beat, right? And vice versa, Ghana saying the same thing, keep the goal difference low, and Panama's a team we need to beat. But if I'm like I said, like the one thing I look at games when they're high in possession, I always look at shots, and again, they haven't adjusted for the second half yet here. So we'll go
Maybe
the
around
in
30 shots or so, maybe 29, 30 shots. But on
true.
target, maybe around 5 on target in total.
Mhm.
That is bad, you
Yep.
know?
And I think that to me is like, oh, actually, no, updated here. 27 shots, 6 on target. That's not acceptable.
Yeah,
For
okay.
that many, you can't that's not a good ratio. You need more. You need more shots on frame. If that at least that's what I was saying. Get to 10 shots on frame by the end of this game. So I can at least say, hey, at least the goalie's making saves at least. Right? At least the goalie's making saves. But you can't have 27 shots and only have 6 beyond frame. That's disappointing. And maybe it's just simplifying it. Now it's a low block. I get it. And you have to work through the many bodies there. But that's always the one thing I always look at. The other thing I always look at is the idea of, right, tackle success rate, pretty much the same. It did not feel that way. Trust me. 2 yellows for Cayman Island versus 21 fouls conceded. It's the corners and then the shots to me are always the things I look at when you look at high dominant games. Were you just dangerous or were you just basically trying to move around in a low block? And that's what the low block is built to do. It's taking away the transition and saying you have to beat us more so with quicks, less with quicks, but more with your mind. So work from there. And as Chorus says, yeah, at least make the goalkeeper work a little bit. And that's where I'd be disappointed with what Canada did. If we look at some of the other stats that this game will give us, there's no way that this is going to be a high number. The, the expected goals rate is 2.4. Yeah, that's fair. And again, Cayman Islands XG was 0.08. So this game kind of 3 goals for what this game got. was very accurate for what it came because there wasn't really many chances outside of that. I think for that, that's where I think it's a fair representation, but it's very disappointing if you look at Canada's heat map. The game was pretty much in the attacking third for the opposing side. And Stephen Kapoor got his 38 billion touches right here, and then moving around from
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
right? But I think that's the thing. I think that's where I'm disappointed. You'd want more from Canada, and right now it doesn't look like there's any outstanding players. Right? Van Parker scores 2 goals in the first half, and at the end of the day, those were just those were goals that kind of came to him versus that they were built up for him.
Yeah, yeah.
So
They
make
didn't do anything in this game for real.
mhm. And I understand.
Accidental goals went to them, or Parker just did his thing.
Yeah, and I understand the
Agree.
idea. I was saying the midfield is big, and I wonder what they do in their second game with Nico Wood, sorry, who scores the third goal here for Canada, and then Aloy. Right, I think those two you need more from them moving up. Um, right, no, that's the other side, but regardless, I think for Canada, it's just you need more you want more action for them. You want better players, right? Quentin Belfont, number 15, he was overlapping and attacking a lot. Just better decision making in the final third because they had all the possession, but they didn't have the result to show for it. So 3 goals apiece. There's where it goes. I don't know if I feel any more confident with Canada. Again, it's the first game. I think, like you said, let's see them against light competition before they play themselves, and then let's see
Mm-hmm.
what Canada will show up for it. And so, as a result, for where we stand, just give everyone an update for everything. Let me update that real quick here. So, as a result, Canada and Jamaica topping the groups. They are tied. I think if I'm going to go to the point, I don't want to. I don't remember how many yellows they had, but it's showing right now that it's Canada and Jamaica are topping the group with 3 points each. Then we have coming up later Belize, Cuba, Curacao, and El Salvador. Curacao, Cuba is the first game, I believe. So if you're looking for some interesting youth football, JD, that might be a nice
Mm-hmm.
evening capper. With a
Yeah,
nice
yeah, yeah,
clean
yeah,
one
yeah.
to
I'm
take it.
going to what I'm going to record. No, I don't have to record it. I can just
Yeah.
easily well rewatch it.
Mhm.
So maybe I won't do any more, but I will rewatch it though. Um,
Perfect. Perfect.
I'm liking all of these games, man. I'm definitely enjoying it.
Mhm.
I'm
But
learning things,
yeah.
and that is
No,
important.
that's where I would agree with you there. But I think that ultimately is where I would say for Canada, just continue, just shots on frame, I think changes the whole discourse of everything. That's what the top teams did. Reminder where everyone else is USA and Dumb Rep up in their group, Puerto Rico and Costa Rica up on their group, Haiti and Guatemala on their group, Panama, Nicaragua on their group, and then Mexico. There's a four-way tie for first, but based off goal difference, Mexico is running away with this with Saint Martin up top, Barbados with 3, Trinidad and Saint Martin's sitting in last place. Canada gets the win 3-0. The story of the game is lots of possession, but nothing to show for it. Not enough to show for it, I would say, based off of what they came. Reminding you again, the lineups, big stories, I think, for Canada as well. Alain Louis Ma and then Connor Rickard both had to leave with injuries. That's your starting left back slash wing back and a starting midfielder. And so I think for players who came on in the second half, they got a good audition. I think for the coach, it's up to them to see what they need to do versus Aruba. But those are the big moments. Van Parker with 2 goals leading for Canada, and then Nico Wood with the third. It is 3-1. They play Aruba on Sunday, and we will go from there. JD, any final words before we wrap this up here?
That's about it. That's about it. I'm gonna rewatch them tomorrow and then
Mm,
write up as much things, and we will try our best to complete the tournament. So thanks to everybody that actually came over. I thought that we had some good jobs here and there. So I guess we're gonna see out the entire tournament. I really like these tournaments. I think that's how we got our breakout on the internet. So we keep on
mm.
doing it, and we really like it. All right. So take care, people.
Indeed. Yep. Are you good doing any games tomorrow, JD?
No, no, no. I'm gonna
Okay.
look at it still because I
Mhm.
want to cook my stew peas. So
True, true,
I
true.
I tried to cook my stew peas 3 days
Mm.
now. and
for
tomorrow
sure.
my lady will be on, so it will be cooked
It
tomorrow.
will be cooked tomorrow. I will have a
Oh,
recap
yeah.
of tomorrow's games up, and then we'll be back live on Sunday with the Canada game.
All
So we'll be back live Sunday for that, guys. Looking forward to seeing you. And as always, we will stop our recording because I'll just simply stop talking right here.